Hey guys! So welcome to Friday Freestyle. Apparently, it's just going to be me for right now. I don't have my comics cast buddies with me right now. Hopefully, Joe will tune in a little bit. But we got a great show tonight. We're going to be talking about traditional versus digital homages to comic book covers. We'd love for you guys to come on, hang out, talk with me for right now, and yeah, it's going to be a great show. So let's get started right now. All right, guys. Hey, how's everybody doing on this Friday night? All right. Oh, Allison, come on. I just posted the link. You want to come on talk? I really don't know where Joe is right now, but hopefully he'll join us in a little bit. We're going to be talking about art, a couple of other things. There's a couple of nerd things to be talking about. So anybody that wants to come on, I just posted the link in the chat. Come on. The more the merrier. Be happy to have everyone on talk. Would love to hear um, everybody's side to our topic that we were going to talk about today, which was traditional versus digital. Um, yeah, because there's so many different sides. I'm like right down the middle. I will draw traditionally. I did it for years. I am doing digital now, but I will go back and forth. It depends on what I have in end. Edgar, what's up, man? What's up, Edgar? Edgar, if you're free, come hang out. There's Allison. Let's bring her in. Hey, Allison, how you doing?
I'm awake. Can't complain. It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with Joe. Like I haven't heard from him. He was supposed to be here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, you're gonna have your cat's gonna be stealing the show.
Yep. Regularly.
Right. So, what we're going to be talking about today? How do you work? You do digital or traditional?
A little of both. I do a lot of
A
my
little
rough
bit of
work.
both.
I do a lot of my rough work traditionally, and then I will
Mhm.
like take a picture of it and work with it in digitally, basically at that point. But I like to draw everything out, like all my roughs on 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper.
Nice. What's up,
And
D? D, if you want to jump on, come on. Sorry.
no, and my
Yeah, no,
concept
I got
artwork
you.
I do mostly traditionally. So
Seems like Jarrell's stuck in traffic.
yeah, I just
Yeah, because last time you came on, I know you showed us some of your book. Hey, John, what's up?
mhm.
Um, you showed us some of it, but that was the finished book. That's why I was like, I didn't know exactly how you worked. Again, anybody that wants to jump on, the link is in the chat. Feel free to come on, talk with us. We're going to be talking about other things. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Where is it?
Well, let's see. Let's see if that's
Okay.
there. We go. Let's see. Oh, let's bring in your page here so we can see your work.
Yes, this is some of the stuff I'm working on right now.
Oh yeah, that's what you were showing us
Yeah, this is
last. I
something I
remember
was
that
working
panel
on.
from
Yeah,
last week. Yeah.
this
Let's
is
see.
something I'm doing right now. I'm coloring this all in, and that's the cover.
Very cool. You do all your colors yourself?
Yep, this is all me.
Nice.
Now I'm doing this as
So,
was it? I'm purposely making this look like it came out of like the 1970s and early 80s. So I'm
oh,
not like
nice. Very cool. Oh,
I'm not
there's
going
Joe. Let's
crazy
bring him
with
in.
like, coloring and stuff. Hey Joe.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, Joe.
I'm just a guest.
You're a guest right now?
I couldn't figure it out. I was too weak. All right. Yeah, sorry guys, I was stuck in getting pizza for the family and we were looking
Oh,
at
no worries.
furniture and then we were leaving and I was like, what? I got 5 minutes to get back." So, it was just a bad business. So, it's good. Launch the show. We'll be all right. This looks great. What do you guys think about our new setup? All Vic, all day. He set all this up. I think it looks a lot cleaner.
Yeah, this looks really nice.
Yeah, this is.
What's up,
I've been
Phil?
doing
Phil, if
I've been
you're
doing
available, come
Restream
on.
with my friend Rob, so yeah.
Mm, yeah. Golly, man.
There's Joe.
Oh yeah. Hey, Phil. A lot of good stuff going on this week. A lot of good stuff. I like the idea that we're going to talk traditional versus digital and have that age-old debate. That'll be fun, and then maybe come to the decision that it really doesn't make a difference.
It really does. It really doesn't. It really doesn't at all. I mean, you see people create just amazing artwork in all mediums, so it really doesn't. It doesn't matter. But I like hearing how people do stuff. It's awesome to see how they create. Like Allison was saying, she does both. So I'm like her. We like to use both mediums to create our artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was always I couldn't get the traditional pencil feel. I could do inks and colors digitally, and I was fine with that, even though I missed the physical nature of the ink. Um, but I couldn't get the pencil to feel right. It always felt like I was drawing an ink line when I was doing digital. So I
Mhm.
still enjoy doing sequentials and covers and things like that in pencils first, and then going in and digitally inking them. But it seems like one of the big benefits of digital is that you can at least you can go fast.
Yeah.
It does seem to speed the process up. It's just a tool, though, just like everybody says. I love watching Todd McFarlane work and his little quick
Yeah.
videos he used to do. Those were just
Yeah.
fun, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely jealous of his ability with it. So
Yeah. I mean, he just rap right through it. And it was funny. That's what started this whole thing. I was watching his videos and I was like, you know what? I'll just do a Joe, what was it? Fan art in the morning thing. Every morning I'd wake up and do one. And I was like, I'm just going to whip it out in 6 minutes. No big deal. Todd McFarlane does it. Whatever. It's got a hard.
he makes it look easy.
Yeah, and it would always take me about 30 minutes, and it never looked that good. And I was like, ah, crap. Are we
He's
able
also
to
been-
pull up our
he's
comments?
also
on
been-
this- Can we pull up our
Oh, you want
comments?
me to bring those up?
Yeah, because I'm a guest. I can't even see them. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
There
here
we
we go. I'll put them
No,
right there.
no. Okay, so only from
When
this
the new
point.
ones come up, it'll show it
Yeah.
right now.
that's
Populated.
weird. I can see the comments just on the side.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Maybe I'm full screen or something.
That could be it.
Yeah, I was in full screen. I'm learning.
Oh, that
It
graphic
looks super
covers that
pretty
up.
when I
Take
go
out
full
that
screen.
graphic.
Play
It's,
local
hold
video.
on.
I love it. Oh, see, I think we need to bring Roy in because I want to talk to Roy about he's got a show he's going to do with us on Sunday, which is great.
Yeah.
He's got a little amazing thing that's coming his way where he's about ready to start doing what was it, heavy metal, which will be next month is when that gets published. And then
nice.
he's working on our first magazine comic, which is pretty
Yeah.
awesome. So Roy's the real deal, Holyfield. Plus, I was talking to not Comics Cast. I am Comics Cast. I was talking to How to Draw Comics today a little bit. The last winner, which by the way, we made sure that they got their award from Comics Cast for winning
nice.
sequential challenge. So they were good there. But we were having some conversations about the next challenge and definitely some ideas that we can pitch. One of the things I really want to do for the next sequential is find one of the not necessarily the top one because I want to make sure my offers to somebody who doesn't have normal comic work, whether it's indie work or whatever. I want it to be someone fresh and new and hasn't had the opportunity yet. One of the top 10 or top 6 sequential challenge winners, and have them get that opportunity to get published work in the magazine. Now, obviously, it's going to be paid work. It's not like, oh, we'll get you published. Not only by winning that challenge, they'll get paid to do a 5-page sequential for the magazine. So I'm going to start talking with don't be. Oh, Phil, that's not right, man. Come on. I just saw Phil's comment. All right. So what did Roy actually say?
Roy
we don't have to
said,
pull it up. It's up on the thing. I love it. I love it.
It says
It's
the
not-
problem with digital is you can go fast, but then it makes it tempting to rework the piece that eventually eats up a ton of time, and that is
you know what?
absolutely true.
And that
Yeah,
makes
I'm guilty of that from time to time.
yeah. Yeah, so that reminds me of something. I forget who it was that I was talking. He does a lot of marker work. Really, really well known. I can't think of his name right now, but he started doing digital, and he basically said, when I do digital, I want to make it feel organic, and the only way I can
Mhm.
do that is basically forcing myself to use a very small amount of layers and only zoom into a certain point, and
Yeah.
then that allows
Yeah.
it to still get that organic feel to it.
Yep.
I think that's something to think about for sure.
Oh yeah, I was guilty of that when I first went digital. I would zoom in and I'd be working in this tiny little
Mhm.
area, putting all this detail, and then I would zoom out,
And you're like,
and then I
what
was
was
just
I
like,
working on?
"You can't even see that. You can't even see that."
I mean,
That's it.
but then when you start thinking about questions like, what if you blow up a massive poster? You know what I mean? Like at some
Yeah.
point you have to consider that. What's the canvas you're working on? How's it going to get printed? But yeah, if it's printed on a regular comic, no one's going to see that in your panel. So yeah, you want
Phil,
to talk about
we switched. Phil, we are now using Restream, so we're no longer on. Well, as of right now, we're not using.
technically we still have StreamYard, but the idea
Yeah.
is that we don't go back to it because this is so slick and sexy that there's no reason to leave. So this is pretty cool. No limitations. It has everything that StreamYard has. It just does it better. You know what we need to do? We need to do a post with the I want to keep calling him different names. Now in my mind his name is Liberty King. Um from Suicide Squad. You remember where he comes out and he's like he does exactly what I do but better?
Oh yeah,
We should
you're
have
talking
one.
about Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, every single time I think of him, he comes up with in my mind, he's a different name of like
Yeah, we're gonna
peace.
have to come up with a game where we make the character that you name.
Yeah.
Like, create
Yeah.
this character off of Joe's name for Peacemaker.
Yeah, it's always something different. But yeah, like that would be fun. I'm having way too much fun with those kind of memes lately. For Comics Cast, I know you guys have like a very. We're like working on a strategic social media plan.
Yeah.
And I just come in with like random memes that I put together with like toothpicks, and you're like, why? I just get bored sometimes. What can I say? I should be working on something.
Oh, that's right. You had something, right? You were gonna work on.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on this Moon Knight that's behind me. What's on your hat, Allison? That looks pretty.
Oh,
Cool.
it's alternate comics.
Oh, turn it. Yeah, very nice.
Yep. I support Peter pretty much whenever I can. So
Yeah. Well, he was on fire there for about 6 years. 6 years ago. I don't know, was it 3-4 years ago?
3 years ago, he had a bunch of he had the real problems kind of occur.
Mhm.
That's what you're referring to with
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I just know that he was everywhere, and then he was hot, and then a lot of people came after him, and then I haven't heard from his company in a while. I figured he's either moving, shaking things up, or some bad shit happened. I wasn't really sure, and it wasn't really any of my business. I didn't really reach out or anything. I don't know him that well.
Yeah, he's still putting out books regularly and everything. He streams a lot.
Yeah, I need to get back onto that space, I guess.
Yeah, he started streaming a lot again, and
is that through Alterna? Like if I go to
it's
YouTube.
still Alterna.
Okay.
I actually got this at the Alterna auction like a couple of weeks ago. Just I was just like, I want one of those hats, and he signed it, so I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. Why not?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I was really looking forward to the con that's coming on here. There's a lot of good people coming through Washington recently, or soon in what was it, June? I think it's
Emerald
June.
City?
Yeah, I was looking forward to that, but I don't think I'm gonna have time. I'm gonna be leaving this area here pretty soon. Can you get a drink if you don't mind?
Well, I can actually start doing cons again, so I'm kind of happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm immunocompromised, so I
Okay,
have
yeah.
to be very, very cautious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I got the new antiviral that they're using now. It's like an emergency release. It's called Evu something like that, Evusheld. Um, and it's basically 2 shots, and what it does is it prevents the virus from doing anything in my body. If it gets in there, it won't do anything. They'll just basically sit there. It can't do anything.
Good. Good.
So,
Yeah.
and it's good for about 6 months. So
That's what I was going to
Oh,
say.
nice.
How long it kind of sits in the system waiting to whoop some ass if necessary.
yeah, and I'll wear a mask and everything just to be on the safe side. Even though masks generally are for preventing you from spreading it to others, but
Yeah. I mean, one of the big things that's going to be changing pretty soon is a lot of people are going to not be wearing masks soon is that mandate sort of drops. So as safe as we can get people that need to be safe is what the focus needs to be for
yeah.
sure.
And early on in this thing, if I had caught it, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, my entire family got it, but we're just not in that sort of hot, danger spot.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that was always scary about it was like, okay, this thing is not really dangerous for most people, but
Mhm.
there's a percentage of people that it is very in danger for.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's definitely people that if they get it, they're screwed, and I'm one of those people. So
Let's bring in Phil. Phil, what's up,
Ooh.
Phil? How you doing?
What's up? Oh, just tired. I figure I'd come over here and check out this restream stuff, man.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I know you're.
See, I always just
know-
knew that is where
Phil
they
is
would.
not coming in here. I know you're not coming in here without a camera on.
Dude, I am in the middle of getting everything ready to move, so you'll just have to bear with me till I get settled in and get my camera back
only
up.
because we are total homies. Am I going to let this fly? But
And at least I put my picture instead of an avatar. I figure you might be happy with that. No, I just wanted to drop in and say hey real quick, see what the restream was, and
yeah,
basically that's it. I ain't gonna be able to hang too long. Like I said, I got a lot of moving parts going on right now, man. So thought I'd stop in for a live stream while I had a chance before I start getting in the middle of all that stuff the rest of this week. And so,
Well, thanks for coming on, Phil. Listen. I'm trying to populate these magazines earlier rather than later, and I think we should have a conversation about getting you into either the second or third magazine as a highlight artist, or just kind of talk about your process because I think you've got a pretty slick process and you should be highlighted.
Oh, sure. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, dude.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just over here eating my pizza. Don't mind me.
I know, oh, man. I've already been tempted with making my last pizza that I have the way it is, and now you're making it worse.
So good.
So good.
So good.
I could eat pizza every day if it didn't give me a coronary, man.
All right, so the topic for the show today was let's kind of get into this here.
It's pizza.
Was pizza? Yeah, was traditional versus digital. So, oh, look at Joe's punching you in the face. We wanted to talk to artists and see what the big advantages, disadvantages, the pros and cons of what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's drawing, pencil paper, drawing digital, and we already talked to Allison. Allison kind of will let us in a little bit to how she does it. Phil, I know, I believe you're digital, right? You do a lot of digital work?
For colors, mainly digital, but when I'm doing line work, I do pencils and I transfer over. I like them both. They both are, you just adapt to it is all, and you're talking about, what were you saying, Joe, about you didn't like the feel of it or whatever?
I couldn't get the feel of a flowing pencil line.
What are you using for your digital work?
Originally had a Wacom 32. I forget which exactly, all the settings and everything. I could never get when I use a pencil, I usually use like a 2H, right? Mm-hmm. And that allows me to do is I can find the line as I'm sort of drawing it. And I can do an entire pencil rough, almost to a complete finished pencils, just for me, not for another inker, with that 2H, just with pressure of the pencil finding the line.
Well, now what's the issue with your with digital?
When I
where
was
are you
doing
finding?
digital, maybe it was a technique problem or whatever it was. It always felt like it was a finished ink line. Like
You need a certain. There's brushes. You need a different brush, man.
I needed. I needed.
Are
a
you
mental-
using Photoshop?
I haven't done anything in years on digital because my I was using what was the one? What's it called? It's not Manga Studio anymore.
No, Clip Studio.
Clip Studio Paint.
Studio Paint, yeah. So I was using that, and then as soon as I started using it again, my freaking my iPad, it didn't register my old code, so that was my issue. And then I just was like, whatever, I'll just focus on inking and not really worrying about it anymore. To tell you the truth, but yeah, it was. I was finding that I needed to work on that. I knew that. But I didn't really have a mentor at the time that I could reach out to for like digital work. So I just was like, look, I'm going to do my pencils traditionally just to find that dynamic element that I'm looking for. And then I just go in either digitally ink it or I physically ink it and then do digital colors. So my colors I appreciated doing digitally because I could do a lot more effects and I could do a lot more temperature, haze,
and a lot less mess.
But that being said, because I spent so much time with markers, I was able to be versatile enough to do upper deck cards and other things like that, where it needs to be traditional on a small scale. So it works both ways. And I love doing traditional because if I'm on a con, I can bring people to my table doing ink wash right then and there. And I'm probably a broken record at this point, but that's my 2 cents. If you're fighting another digital artist and they're just a superstar and you're like, my shit's good, but damn.
Dude, I think you could pull off and adjust to the digital realm with pencils. There's a few things you can do. You can with the Wacom, got different settings that you can adjust for like firmness.
Yeah.
And you can use a different brush that's more like a rough pencil, bring your opacity down so it feels more like a sketch when you're initially doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do the digital. It's just getting used to adapting the same way I did with colors. I just adapted over traditional techniques into the digital realm. I didn't go with like the cut and grad and stuff. I went with how I did traditionals and figured out how to do it into the digital realm.
I'm all about it, man. I'm all about like we need to have more just jam sessions where we just practice different things, work it out. Everybody's got like superb skill sets, either in a lot of things or a very finite things, and then just kind of like fix people's shit.
Jam sessions are always fun. Actually, as soon as I get settled in and stuff, man, I'm going to kick the Zen Dens back into gear. I want you guys to stop over because that's when we're just doing the drawing and talking techniques and shit like that.
Right.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Friday. I can add an S-bomb in there, right?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Friday
Okay.
freestyle.
I'll be mellow about it. I wasn't going to go all Rick on you. And stuff, man.
I don't know who Rick is.
Oh, okay. The F-bomb master. I won't do that to you.
No. I'm just joking on Rick. Rick's good. I'm not worried about it. Well, yeah, man. What's your next project you got going on?
Me, I'm working on. I've got 2 of them done, but I've got 3 more RPG illustrations that I'm collabing on for a Norse myth-based RPG.
Okay.
I just wrapped up a cover for Kaiju Mania and 5 interiors because it's an anthology. I worked on those with Pete. Pete actually got back to doing some sequentials, so I worked on that with him over there. That's for 8th World. And of course, White Devil is out and in print now. I got all my copies in, man. So, and just am wrapping up a cover for a new issue of Melvin. Tim Olson, some stuff Tim Olson does, if you remember him. A lot of irons in the fire. I was talking to a new comic shop here that's getting ready to open up, and they're very indie friendly.
Okay.
I'm gonna invite them over onto a Zen Den too and talk about stuff and get to meet some of the indie creators that we all hang out with and stuff, man. And
That's very cool.
Well,
but yeah, just trying to stay busy. Did a voiceover for 47 Furious for the next campaign. That was a new one. So yeah, just staying busy and trying to get everything packed and ready to move, man.
I
So
think
yeah, busy.
I think you do a pretty good voiceover now that I think about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks. Yeah. You know, when I go all into movie voice and stuff.
Yeah, I like it. I dig it.
I drove Larry nuts one night because he says, do Stewie. So I was doing Stewie and I kept it going for like an hour. I was driving them nuts. What you doing there? You writing a little story? Got a little protagonist, a little antagonist there?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I was a musician for years, man. So I'm used to being on a mic and, you know, doing that kind of thing. So it's not too bad. And plus, me and my friends used to sit around and clown with voices and stuff, you know, all the time. So,
Well, it's just nice to hear another person who does voices and stuff because that's like it's my thing. That's what pays the bills, you know, doing voice work and video and all that sort of stuff. So
you doing voice stuff?
Very cool.
I'm not doing it right now, but I can adjust my voice to different elements.
Okay, I thought I heard when I was watching Peacemaker, man. I thought I heard a difference where they did some overdubs, man. What you got going on, man?
That was actually me in the suit. I was his stunt double.
You were the stunt double.
Yeah. So he actually had to get larger in size to match
And that's when they brought you in.
because they had to match. He had to match my size, but we didn't make him feel bad about it.
Well, you know, you can't blame him. He didn't want to take that many steroids, dude.
I know.
I'm clowning.
I actually met him once. His calf is like the size of my waist.
Jeez.
The dude he's smaller now than he was when I met him. I mean, that was 10 years ago. I mean, you got to realize like he's a lot older than he was when he first started all this, and he was a bodybuilder before he joined wrestling. That's about the extent of what I know about the guy. Like, I'm not like a big John Cena like follower.
I don't really know anything about
I
him.
wasn't really accepting.
And he's kind of cute. So yeah.
Oh.
I wasn't really because I wasn't really into the wrestling thing, you know. But after the Suicide Squad, I'm like, okay. And then I gave Peacemaker a chance, you know. And I watched I watched the first episode, and I'm like, what is going on here? This is weird. I might like it. And then like about the second episode, I'm like, okay, I'm on, you know. Then third episode, I'm like, I'm on board. Okay, I dig this, man.
Well, now
has everybody seen it? Like, has everybody finished it?
Oh, we gonna talk
have.
about it? I'd like to talk about it.
Allison, have you seen it, or
I haven't watched it yet.
Have you not seen any of the butterflies? None of the butterflies? Oh. Let's get a spoiler warning up.
Oh,
Do
no,
they
spoiler
like-
warning. Okay, spoiler warning. If you haven't seen
teal?
Peacemaker, we're about to talk about it. I haven't seen
see how
Peacemaker
it
either,
appears.
so but
I'm
I'm not worried about spoilers.
I'm really not that worried about it either. So
Well,
Does
big
God
guy
like
fights a bunch
teal?
of aliens. They win. End of story.
I still want to know if Goth likes teal or not, man.
If Goth likes teal,
Don't you remember the jar, the little peace sign on the
Oh.
jar?
oh yeah.
Do you like teal? Why are you asking him that, man? Who cares
Yes
what
or
color
no
he likes?
Yes or no questions. And why does it fucking matter if he likes teal? Yeah, so Peacemaker basically has a battle buddy that goes through the whole thing, and for some reason he doesn't die. He keeps getting like mortally wounded. They never talk about how he's got like a healing factor or anything. He just gets really hurt, and they sort of gloss over it like it's not a big deal. And then he just randomly falls over and gets taken to the hospital because he's bled out so much.
I think he just gets hopped up on adrenaline, is what it is with him, man.
I mean, it might be. It's hard to tell. Like, it's good. The thing. What do we want to talk about with Peacemaker, Vic? Do we have like
Well,
An
like
agenda?
okay,
spicy
so
questions?
I really haven't seen it. Edgar Patton says the
It's so
humor and
good.
pacing is so good.
So
Yeah.
good.
So good.
Well, I just saw the ending, so you guys obviously saw the ending, where the Justice League comes out.
Yeah,
right
that
at the
scene
end,
was
and
good.
Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, wait, what is this?
Oh, there was a
That was
so-
good. It's like I do not fuck fish.
I do not do stuff with fish.
No, I will be watching the series because Edgar was like, I'm missing out. I do intend to watch it. I need to sit down and get the time so I can watch it.
Well, the thing is, it's very easily you can kind of see where it's going. It pays respect to the characters. They're not trying to twist anything. So us telling you the story isn't really going to ruin it.
I'm not really worried about it.
They do lots of like little DC in jokes and stuff for like the major characters, which is funny.
It's the jokes, it's the writing, it's just appreciating the humor. That's really
it's quirky. It's really quirky.
So that really works. So for now on, Phil, while you're here, you have to read all the comments that come up in deep movie voice.
Oh, okay.
All right, so just be ready for that. So if Vic brings them up, you got to read them. We'll pause.
Yeah. Well, here, Edgar Patson. Here, you read this one for.
Ellison, you're missing out.
There you go. Perfect.
There it is. Nice. I love it.
Now, if anybody wants to hear Phil say anything in his movie voice, just put it in the chat and we'll have him read it.
Oh no, it's
as long as it's not too vulgar.
What is that YouTube show? There's a YouTube show that the dude does where he reads off the messages at the end on his video, man. Where people.
Oh yeah, that's where they do the trailers where they.
Oh yeah, the honest
trailers.
Yeah, that's right.
We're gonna do that with Phil right now.
Yeah, that's the end. At the end of their trailer, that's when they read it. All right. So what's the let's see here. What's the big controversy of the show? I would say is that Peacemaker. I don't know what the controversy is. I'd say that they did a really good job of making Peacemaker transition him into a character that can be understood and appreciated more so than what he was in the movie. The movie
because he's growing through it, man. He's learning and growing through it, basically. Where he starts out like a sixth grader on the playground, he's actually starting to evolve through the series. All
right, Phil, you're up. I agree.
The episode with the X-ray helmet reminded me of the old John Carpenter movie, They Live.
Yeah. I don't know that movie, but now I want to go check it out.
They Live. You've never seen
They Live? Really?
That is cult classic Carpenter. You have got to see it. It's got Roddy Piper as the main character in it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's the chewing bubble gum and whooping out.
And I'm out of bubble gum. Yeah, and he pulls on the glasses. When he has the glasses on, he can see all the alien stuff.
I got it. I watched it. Sorry, I forgot the name.
Yeah,
but no, it makes sense. It does make sense. We need to do some more memes on that. That'd be perfect.
It's John Carpenter saying, "I hate Ronald Reagan." That's literally what the movie is.
Yeah. That's what I liked about what was it? I want to say Toy Story, but it wasn't Toy Story. It was the one with the Lego movie that everybody was like, "Oh, I like the Lego movie," and I was like, "You understand? It's everything about your life that they're making fun of right now, right?
Yep.
Everything. Like your entire existence." Like you probably just came from Starbucks, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. The Lego one, the Everything is Awesome one, that one.
Yes, that one.
I like the Batman Lego. That was
cool. My god!
I stand by. That's one of the best Batman movies made, but does not top Mask of the Phantasm.
You couldn't deal with that one, Hanjo?
No.
I like the Will Arnett voice for Batman. I think.
No, I do love him as Batman. I mean, it's perfect.
I'm Batman.
I want. This is what I want. I want to be on my deathbed and not go, I hate the fact that I never saw a legitimate Batman movie.
Mask of the Phantasm.
It's got to be a live action. The Mask of the Phantasm is perfect. Death in the Family is not awful.
Killing Joke.
The Killing Joke is pretty rough. I mean,
Killing Joke.
I
Is,
didn't like
Oh, it's better than something
Joke was
like
a little icky, to
it's
tell you
better
the truth.
than something like Ninja Batman. I really couldn't do that one.
Oh,
that
I
was just
enjoyed
terrible.
it. I enjoyed it just because I loved the comics so much. It just kind of
Or the Gaslight, the
What's the
Gotham by
one?
Gaslight. I couldn't really do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that
love
was
that
garbage.
one.
Yeah, that was garbage.
But there for a while, man, DC had the better animated movies.
Oh, yeah.
than Marvel
I
had. But now DC is actually catching up with their shows
live
and
action
movies. I
stuff?
think they figured them
Yeah.
themselves out now, man.
I think that they figured out what the audience wants, as far as like what they're willing to buy into and give them $1 billion for, but also they're ready to push the envelope a little bit farther. But they got to go slower. I think that's what they figured out. They got to do the individual elements. They've got to put the groundwork in, then develop. Like that's what everybody was saying from the beginning. It's like you can't jump right into Batman versus Superman. You cannot jump right into Justice League. It doesn't work that way. It
They're
doesn't.
trying to do the Marvel formula, and it just didn't work for them, man.
Well, if they really sat down and they did the Marvel formula, everybody already knows who the DC characters are in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
So I would say, why not start with Justice League? Because if you start with Justice League, everybody knows who these characters are.
Mhm.
Just run with it. Because you can live right off of that whole thing with Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
It may have been a situation where it was just written so badly.
And
It
they
was
need to
written
not try and go so dark with a DC comic, I don't think, man. Not all the time, anyhow, man, when it comes to those when they adapt over for a movie.
Yeah. I mean, the Justice League that was redone, I liked what they did with the recreation of it.
The Zack Snyder one, the Zack Snyder cut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Snyder
Zack Snyder, I think, would have been a better launching pad for them to go in any direction they wanted to. Because, like, I hated the Flash in the first one, and I
didn't like him in the first movie, but I loved him in Snyder's cut.
They gave him real weight, and also every single time that Wonder Woman was involved, like it was weird and it was creepy in the original one. Like it was always upskirt shots. And it was always her falling on somebody or somebody flirting with her. And in the remake, all the shots were darkened out because if you look at the comics, there's heroic shots of her all the time, but it's not like you don't see what's underneath her skirt every single time. Like it's like darkened out because of shadow.
I think the best they did with Wonder Woman was with her first solo
her
movie.
first movie was amazing.
Forget about it. Yeah, that was amazing. Oh,
Then
yeah.
the 1984 one, I don't know what they were thinking there. I liked parts
That
of
was
it,
a
but
train
other
wreck.
stuff just didn't cut it, man.
Yeah, that was an absolute train wreck. So
Yeah. Well, there were certain scenes that were okay, but as an overall, there was way too much that was too messed up and didn't work, man.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's certain scenes in Batman versus Superman I liked, but the movie itself was a train wreck. So
Yeah. I was
Same
still
with
surprised
Man
with
of Steel.
Peacemaker when they did that thing at the end, man. I'm surprised that they didn't make reference back to when he said that Wonder Woman was what I didn't talk to her, but she was checking me out or eyeing me. I was waiting for him to make a comment then back to that, but they never did, man.
Well, one of the things that a meme that's going around is Reverse Flash from what was it? Flash Paradox? Is it Flash Paradox? Where he's like, I made it all up. It was me. I'm the one who made it up about Aquaman. It was talking shit. Which, by the way, that's another great DC animated movie. Amazing. Is it Flash Paradox? That sounds weird to me. That doesn't sound right.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint, yeah.
The movie was great. The one with Robin coming back and after his death, that one
Under the Red Hood.
Under the Red Hood's probably the
I like
best
that one.
animated.
I really like the Joker in that one when he's like, "Oh, we need to get family reunion pictures." You know, like me, you, and the crowbar.
Yeah. And the whole time, you know, he's.
I liked. Did you guys ever see the DC Dark one, man?
Yeah, I love that one.
That was good. I really liked that one. I'd like to see him do some more stuff like that.
Well, they won't. That's the sad part. I know that they were looking at doing a DC Dark live action with the guy from Hellboy, and that never really took off. and they're probably not going to do DC Dark again on the animated side because that was from the new 52 run that they were doing, and now they're kind of running away from that. Now they're doing a lot of different sort of bouncing around. Oh, that's a good question. How do we feel about the animated DC Batman from the new 52 run that they did coming off of Darkseid's story?
Which one was that? I don't even remember.
The actor who voiced it, he's not like a big name or anything.
Not Kevin Conroy.
Not
Yes,
Kevin
not
Conroy.
Oh, was
Kevin
it Jensen Ackles? Was it that Jensen Ackles one? The guy that was in Supernatural? And that was going to be in The Boys. He's the last one I remember.
Maybe.
That I remember.
That's what I want to
voicing
see them
Batman.
do. I want to see them do a Batman Beyond and have Kevin Conroy be the old Batman.
like in the original show.
Yeah, the one that people love as the voice for Batman from the animated series and like the most.
Oh, but actually see that Batman from that time, the actual.
No, so
Yeah, it'd be cool to do a live action
I don't
Batman
want that.
Beyond.
Oh, live
I'll
action.
fight you on that. I'll fight you on that. I don't want Kevin Conroy to do that. I want him to do the version that they touched on WB. Was it WB? Whatever.
Yeah.
CW.
The CW. They did they touched on that timeline with him and Superman during the it's not
Crisis. Yeah.
Oh, when they're doing the crossover thing. Yeah.
I want Michael Keaton.
That was so Michael Keaton as Old Man Batman. Now that's what we need because he's ready to go. He's the exact right age, and it's just the right time to bring in fresh blood as a young, thin Batman, just kind of getting into a suit and flying around and figuring shit out. I think that would be perfect.
And his Vulture was great, so I can completely believe him as Old Man Batman.
He's always a bird. I've noticed that. Keep watching these things.
Pretty much.
Vulture was great. I really enjoyed that. That was the one that made me love the Spider-Man character in MCU. So I just really enjoyed that movie. There we go.
Morning.
Thanks,
What's up, Pete?
Get in here and talk some shit, Pete. I'm sure you might. If anyone, okay. So here's another question. Anyone watch my feed today? Got a little bit spicy.
What feed did you do today?
I wasn't really on Facebook today. So.
No. So I was on Facebook more than I would have liked today because I posted something and a guy had I got attacked from like all sides. I felt like the Alamo. I was like, all right, here we go.
Having learned not to post up controversial stuff on Facebook yet, man.
Yeah, well, I keep trying to get better at not doing it because I don't want to damage the brand. But every once in a while, I get a little froggy and I'll throw something out there, and I'm like, wow, normally I get like 4 or 5 likes on something, maybe a comment, and I say something that somebody doesn't like, and 8,000 people, decide to finally talk, and I'm like, dude, I have 5,000 followers. It'd be nice if you guys gave me a thumbs up for the stuff you like. You don't have to just swing by the stuff you don't like. Like that would be cool.
It's in the comments, Pete. It's a restream link. It's not StreamYard this time.
Oh yeah.
If you go all the way to the top of the comments, it's up there.
It's in there.
He probably saw it. I don't want to rehash it too much unless somebody saw it.
Well, and you left it up, I suppose. When you saw it was causing issues, you just left it up, didn't you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fuel the fire. See how you are, man.
I'm not trying to take something down because somebody's like pissed off that I said something. Like that's.
Well, I figure you might have seen it and said, "Nah, maybe I should rethink whether I post this."
So
you can read through what you're posting before you hit, before you hit the enter and it goes up, right?
I know.
Allison, are you looking? You're gonna look now. You want to see?
Looking it up right now. Joe Tolliver. All right. What do we do?
I mean, was it on your page or on the? Is art, comics, and pop culture stuff on mine, man. When I quit playing in a band regularly, I quit putting up all the rebellious stuff that gets people riled up.
What's the one about Pornhub?
BDP, what's up?
Okay.
I avoid this terrible talking on Facebook about stuff.
You know it, man.
Oh wait, this one has like 55 comments. It's probably this one.
Yeah.
No, I avoided because I already got the
No, I have
banhammer
to look.
twice.
I have to see.
So.
Okay, so post about standing up to woke mob and immediately get called a racist bingo. Thanks for proving my point. Or is this
Jumping
the
on that.
retaliation to it?
Yeah, that's a comment from it. That was an edit comment. It was an edited comment, Phil. So I thought about it
Okay,
and then I
so-
added two. See,
Yeah, well, there's a few of those keywords in there that you should have known was gonna, stir
Yeah.
controversy,
the word
man.
woke. It was like, well, what does that mean? I mean, have a conversation. It's tough. It's a tough world to live in where you have to talk to people you disagree with.
That stuff's for Twitter, dude. Haven't you learned that yet?
Yeah, dead ass.
Listen. All I know is that 56 comments and a bunch of interaction. The next time I posted about Comics Cast, the algorithm was like, "Oh, this guy's important."
That's fair.
That's all I'm saying.
Completely fair.
But it's
You were
That's how
made
the
to
algorithm
be-
works.
it's a short-term gain, man. It's a short-term
Which
gain.
side are you on, Phil?
I'm on the side
Phil's
of
on
just
every side.
keeping it comics, man.
Phil's on every side. Here's
Yeah, I
the
know.
thing: the algorithm thing. Let's talk mathematics for a quick second, though.
Uh-huh.
You're absolutely right. Once people see, once the algorithm sees, okay, this is what's going on, it'll bump you up in people's feeds.
Mhm.
Once you hit certain things, and you'll get up there, and blah blah blah, and it'll be great, and that's fine. And that's not that'll last as long as this particular algorithm will last.
Right.
But in regards to Facebook and videos and streamings and stuff like that, they're pretty consistent with that.
Mhm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Their bots need to learn a little because they do have live people doing it, but a lot they've kind of there's a whole video on YouTube and it's really dark because they had live people streaming stuff off Facebook. Now, if they kept everything off, if they didn't have those people, there would be some really vile things on Facebook. So we give them credit, and
Yeah.
they're getting a lot of things. But a lot of bots are checking the words instead of the content because it works easier to run words through a computer than it is for run a video. So the bots are catching things that are gonna,
Yeah, because they caught not too long ago. They caught a lot of hell about that, and I think they're trying to make it where negative stuff doesn't get that kind of traction anymore.
Yep, correct. You are right, correct, sir.
Right. No, and in
Whoa.
all fairness, Phil, you make a good point. Like I definitely, I'd say about a year ago, I did learn kind of what that line was, and sometimes I tiptoe up to it, but typically I stay away from the really hot, ugly fights. If somebody's just being ugly, my knee-jerk reaction is to like fight back and just as ugly.
Right? Yeah.
I like
yeah.
that. I like that. That's good.
But
Okay, well,
I did pull
reading
that.
your points in this, I for the most part agree with you. I mean, I'm pretty classical liberal / progressive, and that there is a point where people go too far. It's like
Yeah.
on the other side. There is a point where people go
Oh
too
yeah,
far.
extremes on either side are ridiculous, man.
Well played, sir. Yes. You
That's
are
my
correct.
general. That was my general soapbox moment, and then people were very, very unhappy that I got on my soapbox.
Here it is. Like with me, what I've learned, and I that's what I came down to because I used to post. I could post up some pretty controversial stuff and mix it up, but.
Mhm.
If I was
Bullshit.
building my, yes, I have. Go back, way back in some of my Facebook posts, and you'll see, man.
No, I don't have that kind
Before
of
I
time.
started comics, but when I started comics, it's like, as a freelancer, my name is my brand, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to alienate anybody
Yeah.
when it comes to that. It doesn't make sense, and on a business business end of
Right.
things, it makes no sense at all.
I'm completely with Phil on this. That
Phil?
I have the same type of thing.
I don't disagree with you, Phil. Here's my issue: is that I like to be. I want to make sure that the business is as useful as possible for everybody. Right? That's the whole
Larry
purpose.
wants in.
Right.
Niobe, the link is all the way at the top in the chats.
But
Just go all the way to the top of them. Right in the
It's a
beginning,
reach
and you'll
stream
find it
link,
up there.
Larry.
Yeah, we're upgrading, but my issue is I don't want to feel like I can't say what I need to say, and that's where
like I said, save it for Twitter. Wherever you're doing all your business
Twitter.
branding and stuff, leave it off of there. Go to Twitter and mix it up, man. That's what it's
Twitter is
for.
I am my
Twitter-
mind.
Most icely of the
Fire
internet.
pit. Oh, yes.
It is the most icely of the social media. But Joe, I'm not to hammer down, but to agree with you too much, but because that's not fun either. But no, yes, I have a brand too, and I have a partner who I have to, and who's not really on social media except for Instagram, and he's only doing art. But he doesn't stream. Where he's very much, we call him. I'm the promo guy out of the studio, and he's the Batman. He stays in the shadows.
Right.
He doesn't like doing interviews, whatever. So if I get onto a controversial thing, or if I spread my opinion about stuff, it can affect him. So I have to be careful. But at the same time, luckily it's a two-way street. He understands that I firmly believe as an artist, you're expressing yourself, and you know what? To as a human being. The art expressing itself is one thing. As a human being, though, if you see something that's bullshit, speak up.
Right, but what bothers me about that sort of thing is like, for perfect example, you and I, we probably vehemently disagree about certain things.
Yep.
And we are on a whole different spectrum of how to look at solving a problem, or maybe what a problem is. But
I guarantee I disagree with at least one thing with everybody here.
But this idea that you can only think one way, that's why I make comments sometimes where I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to be the guy who goes around that's vanilla ice cream.
You're not going to be a robot, basically, man.
Yeah.
I get that for sure.
Look,
and if anybody ever wants to come after me, they can just look at everything that we've done the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And everything that we're going to do.
And how boring would the world be if we all thought and acted exactly the same?
You're pretty boring, Phil. No, but seriously, no, you're absolutely right. But that's why that's why I know if we were off air just having a beer right now, Joe and I could probably definitely get into a political thing, and then I'm pretty cool.
5 beers in would be dynamic.
We could get deep into it, but here's the thing. The thing with me though is I enjoy that, not because of sport or anything like that, but I like hearing what the other side or what someone with a different opinion has to say. And I do this in everything, comics, whatever, everything, so that I can, number one, see who I'm talking against. And if someone's just being a cowboy clown, okay, whatever, I'm not. But if we're having an intelligent conversation, let me hear what you have to say. I also learn about a situation. Yeah. If I just see one point of view.
Oh my God. And you could actually change your opinion about it.
Yeah, and it could actually, and it has changed my opinion on things. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've changed my opinion on different things.
Yeah, or where something is balanced to the more where it's a little bit of both. It's not exactly one way or the other. It's somewhere in between.
Like an individual mind. It's insane.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
Are we gonna hear from you? You're just gonna listen to us.
I was gonna say Larry's quiet.
I was just waiting, for a break. You know what I mean?
No, we're rat-tat-tat right now.
Well, it's one of the other things is I'm very progressive, but I'm also heavily armed.
Yeah, damn straight. Damn straight.
Twisted minds.
Hey, you want to hear something fun? No, we'll do.
I don't think Joe looks like Vanilla Ice, by the way.
No, not.
He's John Cena.
I know.
It's here.
I'm gonna make.
Now, if he bleached his hair a little more and got those little bits of fade going in on the side, maybe.
Dude, could be Donnie Wahlberg. Yeah, I'm sorry. I did that. I'm sorry. Here, I'm gonna pivot for you, Joe. Get you off of that and do something. This will get Larry into the conversation. Look at him in the mail.
Look at
nice.
Beautiful.
Real cool.
Wait. What, Matt? What is that? A comic?
Ooh, Naomi stuff.
Yeah. We do these things called comic books.
Fulfilled on time.
We don't always talk about comics. We make them too, man.
I have a whole video up there talking about it.
I don't have mine.
I'm literally making a comic book right now.
Did you? Get one, Joe? If you haven't gotten it yet, it's going to be on its way. I'm 17% done of the fulfilling. So
yeah, I bought that massive collection from you initially, but you have a new book out, right? That's out right now.
Right there, Origins Fulfilled.
Yeah. No, I don't have it. I may have not paid for it, so why don't you just flip through this one and I'll just read this here. Can we pull this up?
And if you missed out, you can always hit up your local comic shop and have them order you some through previews, since he's in like AP now.
Yeah, that's
true.
If you did,
I have to drop for a little bit. I'll try to come back.
Come back.
Sorry, but
come back.
Of course, we'll try to come back. I love you guys. You're great.
Oh, this is our second stream together, and I'm already hearing the L word. I love it.
I'm fairly certain we've streamed before on a few of the pickup streams.
I think I've just watched you on other streams a lot.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's where I've interacted with you.
Community, right?
All right. Well, I'll be back. I'll talk to you.
All right.
guys.
Cool.
All right.
Bye.
I got all sorts of goodies too. Can't wait.
Look at those goodies. Ooh, I see something. I
see.
like that. I wonder why. I'm a little bit biased, but I think I like that one.
Handiwork there, Phil.
There we go.
Yeah, that was a card that I got to do. What was it? Steve Ballou?
Can you not get it focused?
No,
Was that who did the line work, Larry? Steve Ballou?
Yes, Steve Boyu.
Boyu. There you
Oh,
go.
You're good.
Oh,
You're
you're
good.
going all the
It
way
looks
down.
great. Oh, look, is that a chastity belt?
no.
No, that's a cool design. Dig it.
It's a little bit darker on the camera, but
Yep. Still dark on this guy. Well, hold on, I can. There you go. Maybe I can. The light will help. No, that's terrible. This
Yep.
the Niobe and Scorpiana
Mm-hmm.
homage cards.
Pretty sure I know where that was
Yep.
inspired.
Who was the bookmark, Larry?
Courtney Rose Dameron.
yeah,
That's great, man.
Always
Great.
hitting home runs. She always hits home runs.
out of the park, man.
Josh Spencer.
We were talking about this when I unboxed live yesterday. Okay, this is awesome. The back of the card kind of blew me away a little bit. The image in the background, but just the way the font is legible and the outline where, I mean, it's tough to see on camera, but the font is legible. It makes sense and you can read it well. And it doesn't interfere too, smart little
That's
things. And then
important. That's
it really is.
great graphic design right there.
And some chibi stickers.
Special fonts don't do no good if people can't read them.
The chibi stickers are near and dear to my heart. Guys all know that.
Chibi.
And then the Joel Souza cover that I got.
I say Souza. I mean, I'm not
Okay, Joel
familiar
Souza.
with
We're gonna
the
stick with Joel Souza. I don't forget what cover was covered C or D. It was one of the few times I always usually go when I back something. I usually go for the main cover, just because it's just the way I do it. Unless I know the artist or something. But this one just blew my mind. The whole Jack Kirby, Psylocke 90s X-Men.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That it's
I
got.
got
So
it.
I had to go for it. And then Larry, bless his heart, gave me some of my favorite things. Another Niobe blank sketch cover that I got to put some magic on. But guys want to know something funny?
Sweet magic.
You want to know something funny?
Maybe.
I'm going to tell you something funny. That wasn't the only comic book I got in the mail yesterday.
Uh-oh.
It better be the best one, though.
Huh? Well, I think we're on different.
Larry is here. Let's just be honest.
Well, no, I know the other book he's got, and
Okay, let's go. Let's see what
He's
it
one
is.
of our
Get it out.
boys.
I just can't get it out. I can't get it out of the bag because he just packed it so tight.
It's one of the boys.
Boys.
Reign of Ages fulfilled yesterday
Oh,
for me,
That is Mr. Samuel L. Quinton.
and Mr. Nick Capone,
That's
Sinopa
right.
Publishing. Again, we still get that fine velvet feel to the cover, like 47 Furious Tales, although this one's full size, and this one's black and white. Nick doing all the line work and stuff. I won't go too far so I don't ruin anything for anybody.
yeah.
But
I really love that cover a lot. Like,
It's great. We got some great
shockingly-
ads.
Kind of almost got that ElfQuest feel to it in a
Yep.
way.
ElfQuest meets heavy metal.
I
Yeah.
saw that Pete
It's
Vast
not
ad in a comic.
Yeah, I'm
book.
telling you, this
Let's
is
look at that again, man.
This is pretty cute. The
Oh.
Ninja Bimbos right there, Niobe Origins 1, which is in my hands. And look at that little Pete Vasquez ad. I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, all
But
right.
wait, this was part of the tier that I signed up for. Sam set up we were talking about it a lot, and he's seen me draw sketch covers live in stream with him and stuff like that. So we were talking about, you guys, I was like, I always would jump on a sketch cover tier when somebody puts out a book because I adore them. I love drawing on them. And I think more indies should, because it'll, people start drawing your guys, people start drawing your characters and stuff like that. So Sam made a special tier just for sketch covers, which was really above and beyond, which was really cool. So he sent we got a Reign of Ages sketch cover, which is, to the other artist room. It's the full book. It's just a little bit of trade dress up there. And then the whole book is white with the whole cover is white, which is phenomenal.
Sketch cover.
And then again, because Sam is Sam and Sinopa is Sinopa, and they have a quality thing with their books. I'm just going to do this really quick. You can see the book. It's a nice, thick, heavy cardstock. You can lay into this and have a lot of fun. Oh, and if that was the image you liked, hold on. Sam sent some goodies because they had some goodies too.
Where is Sam tonight?
I believe he's with the kid, with his daughter. That's another
Either that or fulfilling. One
Yeah,
of the two.
both. She's probably
Or
has her.
both.
He probably has her filling out envelopes and stuff. And so that little print, and then the Farrah Fawcett homage by Nick Capone.
That's nice. That's very
It's really nice. It's really cool. And then we pivot again because just in a couple days, issue 3 of 47 Furious Tales comes out.
Pete, I'm gonna need you to be my eyes and ears on all comics and tell me what to buy. I'm gonna bring you into this magazine as the person who just talks about what comics are out.
Well, the first thing, I appreciate that, and I would be happy to do it. Number two, I with me, it's either it's the story or the art or both.
Which is good reasons to tell other people to back.
Right.
So that's
and the guys, Larry and Phil, have heard me say this a trillion times. I don't like people who just sit there and go, "Well, we're $3 away from goal, so somebody could just back us so we can get those 3." If you're just, I understand it's a business and you're trying to get paid. I get it. It's comic books. I get it. You gotta get the money to make more books. I get that. But when I hear Larry talk about his books, when I hear Sam talk about his books, when I hear Max talk about all his books, or even Johnny, one of the lead writer guy over at sorry, Johnny, over at Atrocity Press, they're talking about the story, they're talking about the artwork, they're talking about their artists, they're talking about all these other things, and then it's like, well, shit, take my money. That's what kind of vibes for me. So that's what I look for first off. Like, I may not know. There's a couple of things I didn't know about. Like, let's see. What do I have in my hand here? Hold on. Oh, that was, since we're throwing stuff up, that was Human Hunters. Yeah, there it is.
Human Hunters.
This is the perfect example. Human Hunters is Atrocity Press, Max DeVille, Johnny Reed. This is the special Halloween cover. I was the first to pledge because Max talked about this left and right everywhere he was getting ready for the launch of this. But he didn't talk about, I want to get to this goal, or I want to do this to unlock this, or I want to, I need X amount of dollars to unlock this. It's a business, but he made it not a business because all he talked about was the artist and what his artists were doing and what covers were going on and the story behind the Human Hunters. And then, yes, okay, granted, I might be a little biased because we got some sneak peeks that were just blew my friggin' mind. So, yeah, the hand in the water. I can't, so this is another one. Max packed this deep. Yeah, I think I hang out with the guys that help me learn how to mail stuff too, because everything came up like it could have taken a complete beating.
Well, look, the 3 books he just shown, Niobe, Human Hunters, and Reign of Ages, we're all part of a small little private chat on Facebook. We have our own little group, right? And we pretty much all did these in or around the same time, and Pete basically got them all in or around the same time,
But I was super excited to be a part of them. But you guys, it's just, even if I wasn't in the chats with you guys, I still would have, because they were, they were the way they were presented to me as a consumer, and I look for that, and that's important to me. I like, I know you want my money, but what are you going to give me for it? Tell me about that first. I like that. So
you're only missing one, Pete, man.
Which one?
White Devil.
I gotta wait for the next Kickstarter if they have a backup plan for it.
You can still order. You can still
Max
order
is
it
in the back. Put Max on the show.
Oh, there we go. I'll keep Human Hunters out.
I was gonna say, if you go to Silverline's site, you can order White Devil #1.
Joe's stolen all my panelists, right? Like I wake up, right? I wake up and I'm like, I wonder what's going to go on tonight. Am I going to do a late night stream? I wonder what the boys are doing.
Larry, this is
and then I see Joe Oliver's live. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go check out Joe. And then I see Phil and P here. I'm like, you damn it,
no, Larry, this is perfect. This is perfect. We can do our normal shit, and then we can just leave, and these two have to clean up. It's perfect.
Yeah. Hey, Phil, you're not living up to your requirements here, man. We've had a comment that came up, and you didn't say shit.
Oh yeah, Larry did.
Okay,
that's
let
Max.
me see if I can get the Max one. What up? What up?
That's Max.
Yeah, that's Max DeVille. Max, the restream link is at the top of the chat.
Hold it. If I got to get it right, and I'm doing Max, hold on.
Yeah. There you go.
What up? What up?
We're a-holes to our friends, Joe.
Yeah, we kick the shit out of each other pretty hard.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, no
It all
one
comes
knows.
from a good
You guys
place.
aren't mean to me. That means that you guys don't like me. So fuck
Well,
you.
we are guests, so we are guests. So
You're not guests. You're family, baby.
well. Then let me take my pants off and put my feet up. Then.
Whoa.
What did you-
Real close there, brother.
You keep that camera right where it's pointed, man.
Okay,
Don't
I got you.
move
I
it.
got you. Don't want to scare Phil. We don't want to scare
I don't
Phil.
want you to scare anyone.
I don't want to have to bleach my eyes, man.
I don't
Again,
want YouTube and Restream to block us for all time because
A
inappropriate.
permaban.
Oh,
why
they let me get away with the most craziest crap
Oh
for the
my
last 10 years.
God.
You're safe, Joe.
the funniest shit in the world. We've done.
Why
I've been
did-
on a couple streams with Larry, and he's done. Some crazy, stupid stuff has happened. And then when do we get this? When do we get the shot? When do we get the boot? We're talking about Smurfs.
Oh, yeah. The
wow.
Smurfs episode was what got us canned.
Snurks.
Well, you always seem to be pulling drama, whether it's an old man or somebody who just likes to draw and talk. What is the deal with looking for drama?
Well, you know,
Nope.
the old man was its whole thing. I mean, you were there
Yeah.
for most of it.
Yeah, we all have. Yeah, we all.
With the draw and talk, and I promise not to really discuss him much.
As your legal
or-
counsel, Larry, I say no comment is the best.
Larry's turned over a new leaf, man.
I'll say this:
yeah.
I like you both, and I don't want to start stirring anything up where I'm put in the middle. I'll put it that way.
Well, no, but
Yeah, I
we've
did.
agreed to put away, you know, the all the crap. He's just doing his thing now, and I'm just doing mine.
Good. Hopefully, it helped bump a little bit for both of you. If it didn't, well, don't hate each other forever because you guys are both good people, and I don't want to see good creators fuck shit up just because you guys disagree about something.
No, it went too far. You know, I mean, it's the internet. People are gonna get into beefs. You know, Joe, it happens, right? And it's not just in comics; it's in gaming. It's in all forms of entertainment. It's at your school. It's at your work. You know what I mean?
Mainly the internet, though. In all forms.
Mainly the internet. But you know, even in the early days of Image, they had drama. If you look at like how many times they were poaching each other's talent, and they would call up.
Right.
And,
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
You're busy learning to draw hands and feet. I'm drawing more bricks on the
bricks in the
building.
wall.
Yeah. And you probably should have worked on drawing hands and feet.
but it's over. You know, we're everyone's moving on.
Well,
My
you know
focus
where,
is
yeah.
Niobe.
You know where I stand on. I just want to make sure that people, when we move forward, that we move forward together. And I think a lot of our drama is what holds us back from being successful.
Well,
Obviously-
look, I was on a stream. You know, you mentioned the old man for a second. You know, I was on a stream with him the other night. No problem.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah, he was on an Indie Vault stream, and I went and jumped on, and
Oh.
you know, I know how to play ball and behave. You know what I mean?
Oh. What's going on, Max? Thanks for coming on the stream.
Not much. How you doing?
What'd you do? You put down the Halo controller for a little bit?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Hey, Halo's killing it right now after that.
Yeah, I didn't know we were playing
the last
Halo,
game is
Max.
garbage,
Yeah.
but the new one's good.
Yeah, I'm all about the new one. I have to re-rank. They took away my rank, so I have to re-rank.
Well, that's why I don't like the new one because I was like, I've been doing this shit for 20 years plus, and you're telling me that I have to like start from zero? Like, what the fuck are you talking about,
Well,
man?
if you
At
want to
least
play
get
ranked,
full armor.
you got to do 10 placement matches to see where they'll rank you, right? I was ranked Platinum 2. They reset the rank, so I got downgraded to Gold 4, so I have to battle my way back up, Joe.
Mm,
Good luck.
that's bullshit. I had to put all games down. If I want to get anything done in life, I got to
I was
stop
going to
playing
say, I wish I had time to game.
it. I've got
I did a little bit. I snuck in a little bit of the new God of War. That's about it. Just a little bit, about 20 minutes or
that sounds
so.
like fun.
It's pretty cool.
Well, the new big rage is Elden Ring, and I'm still debating if I want to buy into that or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. It just released.
People have been talking about that a lot lately.
Well, it's like a Dark Souls sort of game, which I've never been very good at, you know? Like, they're hard.
Yeah, they are.
I don't
And
like
so
it because I
it's-
got to like block stuff and things.
Well, I mean, it's more than just blocking, but yeah, the combat system is pretty deadly. You know, 2 or 3 hits and you're out. You know what I mean? So there's no room for mistake. You know, it's one of those games where everything's sort of got to be precise and.
You got to time those. You got to
Yeah.
time those moves.
But
You
it
don't
looks
get to
fun. It
just
looks
run
like,
and gun in that one, man.
well, I mean, that's usually my style, right? is running and gunning. But it looks nice big open world fantasy sort of game. But it's an $80 game. It's brand new. So I don't know if I want to spring the $80. I might wait, for like a half price sale sometime and then jump on it.
Tell me what I'm gonna do when I get moved in. I'm gonna take about 3 days to a week off and fire up Cyberpunk since they got it all fixed now.
Yeah, with that new 60 gig download you got to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
If anyone has hard drive over hard drive over hard drive over hard drive, it's Phil.
Well, yeah, until I melt them down and have to have another one. Like as my last one when my system melted down, then rebuilt it except for the hard drive was fine. And then just as I get the new backup drive for that, it starts to melt down and I couldn't get it cloned and I barely got all the stuff off of it, man. So I definitely got to think about getting another bigger backup so I can get that one, cloned over for safeguarding. Don't want to lose all that work, man. That I would be not a happy camper, man.
Who would be? Losing all your shit? That's no fun.
Oh no, it is not. I have some stuff on cloud, but not everything. Important stuff's in the cloud. I can always retrieve it.
We put everything on our Google Drive.
What about you, Vic? What kind of backup do you do for your stuff, man?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I just have everything. I have everything on my computer.
You don't have any backups just in case?
No.
That's
Oh,
right.
dude. Ouch.
You just scared Phil.
I have flashbacks when you tell me that, dude.
Yeah.
When I was doing graphic design, I had a hard drive meltdown and it had all my work on it and it is irretrievable. So I had nothing to show for portfolio for it, man. And I was
Man, yeah. No, I know I need to. It's one of those things that I'm always like, yeah, I need to do that. I need to back this up. I need to back that up, and then I don't.
At least like new or recent
I end up
stuff
working on something else.
Something new or that you're in the middle of that you got to make sure that you don't lose. At least like do a Google Drive. You get 15 gigs of space free there, which is plenty.
Well,
for
I mean,
imaging,
most of it's. Oh wait, you know what? Most of it is on the cloud through Adobe.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm good there.
Good,
but yeah,
good.
I get that. That moment of panic when like it says like Photoshop has stopped working and you're like,
yeah.
And then you're waiting for it to like come back on.
Working on a piece for a long time, not having did a save while I was working on it, and then a power outage before I had a chance to save, and I lost all that time and work on it, man. I had to start back from where I left off last.
No, the worst is when before Photoshop did like the auto save, I used to close stuff down all the time without saving. And then you lost everything you were working on because it wasn't saved. Oh man, that used to drive me nuts. And then I'd be like, forget it. That wasn't for anybody. That was just for me. I'm not redoing it.
I did one of those not too long ago, and I haven't done it in a while, but while I'm working, I initially start in RGB, but I make sure everything's going to be able to convert to CMYK, depending on where it's printing. And I had done a conversion, but I was right at the end of it. So everything was done, but I had saved it after it had been flattened. I didn't have any of my layers left, and it was CMYK.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. But I had very little to wrap up on it, so I was in a safe zone on that
really quick to everybody that's watching or watches the replay. They're talking technical stuff in regards to drawing and doing art on the computer, different for either for print or for digital use. Sorry, I had a quick moment for everybody. I know there's somebody sitting there going, "Screw
What
this stream."
the hell are they talking
You're
about?
talking about like I'm sitting here knowing exactly what you're talking about, but I'm like, you know what? There's somebody baked out of their face going, "What the hell are they talking? When are they going to talk?"
Yeah,
about
that's
Batman?
Phil.
Yeah, well, me too, but still,
I am not. Why do you do that? I am most certainly
You're not allowed to do that on this show.
I'm not.
Just
But
because
anyway.
I got long hair and say man.
I
No, you
was
Southern
doing a
boys,
big
Phil.
voice, and it sounded more like an Arnold Schwarzenegger like drunk voice. That did not work.
You're Southern boys, Phil.
Not smoking marijuana.
Get to the chopper.
Get
I was
to the
trying to-
chopper.
I do have one digital question for Vic, though, but it's more of a visual thing. Vic, you use Procreate, correct?
Yes,
Are you on the tablet or the computer?
tablet
Okay.
on an iPad.
How did you get the tablet? Now, obviously you have a Mac, right? Desktop?
No, I have a PC.
Okay, so they're perfect. Because I was a Mac guy for about 15, 20 years, and I still am, but my Mac died. The screen broke. I got the hard drive and everything. It was actually a physical thing. But we all know Macs are not cheap. So I'm on a pretty inexpensive laptop right now, and I'm still trying to learn PC again. But my question was, because last week I saw you got your Procreate imagery onto the screen, onto the StreamYard or whatever it is that you're using. How did you do that?
You use something called, let me see, I have it right here.
Magic.
I'm using it right now.
Yeah, that's
Right?
what it may
It is
well
called-
have been a wizard to me. So
Yeah, it's called Air Server. I'm using it right now. Let me bring this. Oops.
yeah, see, that's I would be able to bring up all my stuff on
Vic,
Procreate.
why aren't
Yeah.
you? Is this yours right now? Why are we not seeing this as you draw it? This is insane.
Because I forgot.
Oh, look at that! No shit. Look at
Yeah,
that.
so like it's at the bottom. It has it's called Air Server and it's for Windows. It's like you get like a free trial and then you just have to. I think it was like I had to pay like $10, and then you
Right.
get like the license for it, and then you could use it however you
Connect
want.
stuff. Okay, I gotta check that out.
But I had tried so many others, and a lot of times they'll drop or
Right.
they'll look grainy. This is the best one I found. This
Yeah,
one,
I gotta try that later.
I've got
give it
real
a try. I love it.
when you're ready. A legitimate question. How is it that you were able to get his forehead as long as you did, but it doesn't look goofy? In the movie, I'm worried it's going to look goofy.
Shadowing.
Very
It's-
carefully.
It's shadowing in the eyes. It really is. I've drawn and painted so many Batman things.
No, I mean
It's
the
about-
Batman because he's doing the
it's
Patterson.
about- well, here's the thing, because remember at that point he's not looking directly at you. And Vic, tell me I'm wrong. I'm just throwing this out there because I've drawn Batman left and right. He's looking down. He's got his nose on a kind of a downward tilt. So if you get the shading, which Vic has here, and then if you really do away with his eyes, like he's really baked, looking through those thin slits of eyes, and they're all white with that much black, and then the little glare from the shadow, it makes him not look goofy.
Well, what I'm saying is that the
Am I close,
design
Vic?
in the suit specifically for the
Yes, he there
movie,
Yeah,
specifically for the movie is goofy.
That's called
And it's
lighting, man.
big forehead.
I think it's gonna be fine. I'm not worried.
Yeah. I hope so.
I'm not worried.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Look, you also got to realize these trailers, you don't see jack shit for these things on these trailers anymore.
Yeah.
They're not, half the stuff's not in the movie.
I guess
Yeah.
that's better than when they like they were doing for a while, where they showed all the stuff that was anything that was
Right.
any good in the
Right.
movie in the trailer,
Right.
or even endings or something that they stuff that they shouldn't have been showing you, man.
Dead ass. I agree with you 100%.
Giving
So-
us-
Sometimes they would show stuff in the trailer that never made it to the film.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the movie.
Like I said,
Exactly.
I'd rather they do that than spoil a big thing that's in it,
Let's talk about the pimp status of a specific Spider-Man trailer then. Do you think that was intentional that they put all the Spider-Man trailer Spider-Man shot in the trailer where they digitally pulled them out to see if people were going to go wild? Like, do you think that was strategically placed to get people online to say, hey, that's a Spider-Man right there?
But
I
not
don't
by
think-
Marvel. That was by Sony.
That
Yeah,
was
I don't know. I don't know if they're that smart or somebody messed up and put them in the trailers, and then before it went out there, somebody goes, "Oh, we got to take them out." Well, it's gonna look stupid. No, it'll be fine. Just take it out. It'll be fine. Some suit, because that's what it all is. A suit somewhere doing something.
Well, because
That's
Marvel does that a lot. Marvel, like if you remember the original Infinity War trailer, it had Hulk, Captain America, all of them running at the camera.
Right.
That scene's never even in it.
That was purposeful.
So they're really good at tricking people to think something else when it's not going to be in the movie, as opposed to this one that was, it's a Sony movie. I think Sony was like, no, let's show as much as possible. Like, let's show everybody in it. And
or they leave just enough there so they can get a bunch of buzz online with all the speculation, with all the guesses that people are making on it.
It's just weird.
How many months did Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield said, no, I'm not in the movie? Of
We're
course they were in the movie, and we all knew they were going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Bro, that means Tom Holland had to be in a panic room somewhere, locked
Yeah.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
He
he
didn't
got,
say
like,
anything.
several. Yeah,
I forgot he was the X Factor. He could have fucked it up from the beginning.
He
well,
could've.
yeah, and he's already been known to like where he
Yeah.
dropped things that he shouldn't have been. You know,
What was
they
the-
had him locked away somewhere.
What's the second Spider-Man's name? The actor?
Garfield?
Andrew Garfield?
Garfield. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Garfield came out today. I guess I think he's 39, 38. He's about my age.
No,
And he was
Andrew Garfield is that old?
Yeah, he's saying he's like 39 years old. I didn't think he was that old.
Google, here we go.
Yeah, Google that shit. But he was all like, I'm too old to be in a spandex. Like, I can't keep doing this role. So I think he's just lying.
Shit.
he's like, I'm too
August
comfortable
28th,
now, and I like to eat a
1983.
little bit of food and not have to work out all the time.
Yeah. I would just be like, look, CG, you can make me fly through the sky on hand. Well, let me
Look,
rephrase. I was going to say something really dirty. Hand webbing. So why not just trim a little bit of my ass off and my stomach? Like, what's the problem?
Look, here's the thing. Andrew Garfield, if he never plays Spider-Man again, I like Andrew Garfield a lot, so whatever. And yeah, he is 38, but look, here's the bottom line. If he got anything out of those Spider-Man movies besides a paycheck, he's with Emma Stone for real.
Oh, are
So,
they? Actually together?
Yeah.
He got the best paycheck of all, baby.
So the only one who struck out was Tobey Maguire. He didn't end up with what's her face?
Yeah, they had
Ratface.
the chance.
Sorry, I
They-
mean what? Sorry.
I'm waiting for when those guys get older and they decide to do a Spider-Man, and they're going to have like old man Spider-Man. He'll have a big old gut in the costume with a
Well,
guy.
Yeah, they did that. They did that on Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They
That's
beat
right.
up. They beat up B-level Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Garfield. I wish that they would
really did too.
take advantage of Garfield in his adult prime, is what he's in, or
That
like
was Sony being
let him be Spider-Man. Like let us finally get Spider-Man where he's not a teenager tripping over his own feet. Let us get his entire universe opened up before us, and let's do some Batman-esque storytelling on the big screen with
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
you could at least bring him in the college years. You could do like, and you could bring in Iceman and Fires and what's her name? Fire.
Put
You had it right.
the bomb
Firestar.
Yeah,
down, Phil. Put the bomb.
Oh no, bong.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean.
I know there's some disagreements on certain characters that are too beyond just basic level, but there's really good fucking characters out there to play. Like there's amazing villains out there. Like Mr. Freeze is awesome. Like I'm done with these Penguin remakes.
I gotta tell you, I don't.
Chill out, dickwad.
I see that's the thing. I wouldn't.
What did
be
the
mad if
dinosaurs
Arnold-
say to the Ice Age?
I wouldn't be mad if that Mr. Freeze came back. I wouldn't be mad at all. I think Arnold killed it. I think he was great.
He killed it as Arnold, but I didn't even
but
like
it
it
was
as a
fine.
kid.
But it was
But-
fine.
Mr. Freeze is my favorite. Okay, so they killed two of my favorite villains. Mr. Freeze is my favorite villain, and then the second one is Bane, and both of them were terrible in that film.
I do not like what they did to
They
do not
murdered
like what they
Bane.
did to Bane. That was not Bane. I don't give a
I
crap.
like
I
Bane-
did
I
not
like-
like that.
I like Bane better in the Nolan movies than I did in that other.
Because
Well,
the
I
whole
would hope
idea
so,
is
and I
he
don't
like got the
Nolan's Bane.
he's got the stuff that injects into him, and then he bulks up, and he's got the luchador mask on.
Yeah.
And he's what, Brazilian? Not
It's Santa Prisco is the name of the country where he's from.
okay.
And it's like an amalgam of like El Salvador, Guatemala, stuff like that, Cuba.
Yeah. I just didn't like. I don't like the Nolan universe anyway. I like the movies as themselves. They're good movies. We've talked about this. Not going to go down that rabbit hole, but they're good movies. They're solid flicks. But the only one that's a Batman flick is the first one. It's year one Batman at best.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I just that Bane really that
No.
turned me off, man. I was like, that is not Bane.
Yeah,
I
and
remember,
then
I
breaks
remember
his back.
watching it in the theater, and I'm like, "What the hell is this guy saying?"
Yeah, I couldn't understand him. Although I will say my theater was pretty jumping for that movie. My theater was pretty lively for it. So respect for that. We had a good crowd.
I think they had a good attempt at the Batman's back broken storyline, but
I
You know
think with Bane, the best that I've seen Bane done in other media than in the books was in the Batman Arkham series on
Yeah,
the game. The game.
Yeah.
Him and Scarecrow. I think those were the best versions of those that they've done outside the books.
well, and WB looks at those games like they totally stole Flash's costume from the fighting game. That was a fucking complete steal.
What,
Whoever
the Injustice one?
Yeah, in the Unjustice games, like whoever designed that in the game better have gotten royalties for that fucking shit.
Someone better gotten paid.
I'm
which
sure
they-
someone did.
I
someone
laugh
he
if
might
it was
have been
Dan
working on
Skyver
it.
or something.
He might have been working
You
for
think it
the
was
crew.
Skyver
for
that
it.
did the game design?
Oh well, Ethan's done a lot of the character designs for DC that no one even really knows about. I'm not saying he did it. I'm just saying it'd be hilarious if it was him. You know.
that
It would be. I don't think he'd shut up about it. I mean,
We would have heard about it for sure.
I mean, there. I mean,
It would be
that's
hilarious.
him right there.
That is him. Yeah.
That's him right there. It's some of the best Green Lantern stories I've ever read.
He actually he designed Limelight, right?
Well, he also did Atrocitus. He did Jessica Cruz.
Yeah, Jessica
I
Cruz,
was trying to- yeah.
which is Limelight.
I'm trying to. I'm sure there's a list that we could
I'm just
Peter
saying.
could Google.
Yeah, he gets a lot of shit, but he created one of the best Hispanic female characters in DC right now, so he can't be all bad. I'm just saying.
Diversity.
Yeah. No, she's
No,
bad.
well, it all comes down to a discussion you had when I first jumped in, which is the political discussion. Look at that. You guys just both took a
Comma,
drink simultaneously.
Period.
Product placement.
Double product placement.
See, I'm gonna be honest with you. You said her name. You said her name, and I completely forgot it. But the Latina Green Lantern is
Jessica
actually funny.
Cruz.
Jessica Cruz. Thank you. I forget her name. There was a cosplayer at a show I ran years ago, who showed up at 12 o'clock to a show I have in a bar at 12 o'clock for the show started at 12. She's like, I'm here for the cosplay contest. I'm like, that's not till 5. So she's like, so could I leave and come back? I'm like, sure. But they decided to stay, and she progressively got drunker and drunker throughout the show. Like, she kept coming to the table, hanging out, and having. She was great. And her boyfriend was hysterical, and he was her handler for the day. So he had the pocketbook and the jacket and all this stuff. But you can see that in the beginning, she was very, hey, how you doing? My name is blah blah blah. I'm cosplaying blah blah blah. I'm here for the cosplay contest. Okay, great. It's on at 5. So how about you run around, check it out? All the other artists are here, blah 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 blah. She's like, okay, and ran around, and then like an hour later, hey, I'm no, that was around 3:30.
Oh, okay.
That was around 3:30. She made it for the contest. She picked up an honorable mention, which was cool, and she was I think she really thought she was gonna win in the beginning when she was sober, but when she was hammered, she was just happy to be there, which was great because she was just happy. So it was phenomenal.
So I'm gonna call you out, Pete. So you brought a character that we were talking about, didn't remember what the character's name was, knew somebody was cosplaying it, and then brought it up about your cosplay challenge you had for your product placement pitch.
I just call it Green Lantern. I just call it Green Lantern.
Who's smoking on this panel, Pete?
Not me. And then
that was smooth, Pete. That's all I'm saying. That was smooth.
That was some 4D chess there, man, bro.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm not here.
Pete eats his weed.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to tell you what's in my hand, but there was a lot more of it before.
I bet it's a muffin.
No brownie this time.
Oh, brownie.
My guy.
Thomas Cass does not condone or advocate for any drug use of any kind.
I'm not.
Whether it is legal or illegal.
I'm talking about some butter that my buddy made. My buddy made some homemade butter.
And good.
Then he made some homemade brownies.
With the butter, got it. No, that's nice. Brownies.
And it's helping my glaucoma. So
some special homemade butter, man.
It all downhill from here, Joe.
We told you we're just gonna start shit, do shit, leave, and then Joe and Vic can clean up after we're gone. So it's
yeah. Hey, this is why we do it, just to hang out with you guys, and this is a chance. This is the first time I've had Max on where we actually can meet each other, which is great.
I've seen you on Facebook a couple times, but
Oh, come on, man. You guys have been on my No, seriously, both of you guys have been on my show. You must have been on together at one point.
I'm
no,
sure.
I don't get on your show all that much, Larry.
No,
Max
but
was
every
sleeping on
time I
that
run a
stream.
show, Max is usually right there.
Max was sleeping
Yeah.
on that stream.
there's a good chance I was asleep.
Yeah, solid chance.
Right.
Solid chance.
Yeah.
But I will say that I think, yeah, I know mostly probably Max the least a little bit, Joe, but I think you guys would get along great because of the way Max conducts business with Atrocity Press.
Mhm.
The way he works for artists like Fernando, the main guy on Mary Machine Gun,
Yep.
and just the Mateus, the guy from Neo Tokyo, now Human Hunters. The way he's grown and introduced us to new artists is
Mhm.
fucking amazing. But the fact that he nurtures these guys and gets them more, gets them
Yeah.
more work, stuff like that, is
We've got-
absolutely. Tell him, please, Max. Tell him.
Yeah, we've got an artist improvement program, and we send them to classes for anatomy or art, whatever we think.
Oh, that's
that
awesome.
they
That's
could
really
use-
cool.
they could
That is
use
actually
some
really, really cool. What
help with.
where do you send them? Like, is it like a physical place or?
Yep, it's the Rascunho Studio. It's owned by Alzir Alves. It's kind of like the Kubert School.
But it's not like a college though. It's more like a trade school kind of thing.
Yeah, it's in Brazil.
Okay.
I'm going to show you an example if I can find the damn other
Yeah.
book.
Well, Max, at some point on this link in this comment, throw in like where your website is, because I'm going to run there and wherever I can get as many of your comics as I can. I'm just going to do a grab
Sure.
and lift.
I'm going to.
Well, there's one right on the screen,
Right.
Peach
Yeah,
Joe, and
from
that's
Pete.
Neo Tokyo. That's Max's cyberpunk, venture right there.
I fell in love with the art on this, and the artist Mateus is the artist on Human Hunters, and it took me a minute to realize that it was the same artist from this Neo Tokyo, which I love Neo Tokyo right off the bat. But when Max was describing Human Hunters to me, I'm like, this is great, and we just had the conversation the other day. This artist Mateus, and I if I can ever tell it to his face, I will. Same artist here. Okay, is the same cover artist art, Max, or do I need to get into the pages?
The cover artist is on the cover on the right. That is Fran Cordiero, and that's Mateus on the left.
Okay, so let me get into some of Mateus's stuff, and we won't give anything away because we don't want to give anything away.
Ooh, sexy.
Joe's gonna buy stuff,
Yeah.
so we don't want to ruin that for Joe. But here, okay, this is actually. So I love the artwork and I love everything that was going on, but then if you come down here, his evolution from this is amazing. First off, the Neo Tokyo stuff just blows my mind. Okay, it like, boom, like holy shit, just blows my mind. But you're looking, okay, this is pretty cool. But then you turn around and go, is this the same guy? Because his just
the artwork has really improved a lot. Yeah.
Not just the artwork, it's the little thing, it's the facial features
Oh,
and
that's
the
what I'm saying.
expression. Yeah, the expression in the faces is just light years ahead, and that's because Max is like, hey, let me help you with that. You're good. Let's get you going. Let's move along a little bit, and blah blah blah. And that's
all
really
artists have room to evolve.
damn straight.
Now, we can always push them in a direction that we'd like them to go in. Like I could say, hey, your anatomy seems a little bit off on some of these things. Let's get you into an anatomy class. Or, you're doing really great with coloring. Let's put you in this advanced coloring class that they have at the studio over there and get you up to speed on being able to color for us, and then we give them extra jobs. And I'm never one to tell them that they can't take a commission unless it's like getting in the way of what we're doing.
Look, we
Production
bought
deadlines.
Fernando a new TV, man. You know what I mean?
Fernando's TV broke, and I was like, okay, everybody, give this guy some commissions.
Yeah. So
Yeah, didn't
Fern,
you also hook
I
him up
had a
with-
bunch of characters that I kind of drawn up that needed to look right. So I mean, Fern helped me, sort of like redesign, like 5 new characters for Niobe, man. Like so, we bought the man a TV. You know,
Worked out well for him.
Yeah, you got a TV.
What
I got a
about that
TV as
Neo?
a tip once at the bar.
Do you have that Neo Tokyo cover of Handy Max? The one where they said, "Hey, how do you like this foil job we did on it?"
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
there's another one of Max's. This is the cover I got from Max. This is Mariah. Is this the Mariah Bendis one, Max?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, let me bring that up real quick.
So that's a beautiful cover by Mr. Max DeVille. And I have something else here to show. I got this from Murphy, the woman over from Miss
yeah.
Meow, Merc
That
Magazine.
showed up?
Yeah.
That showed up finally, or you got that a while ago?
So no, I just got this yesterday. This is a John Royal cover with colors by Ula Moss. And you'll be seeing this man on Niobe probably the next time we do another book. You know what I mean? So
That's good shit.
Yeah.
I
a
like
couple
that.
of good indie comics right there, people.
I'm waiting for, and I just got word today from Mix Cyberpunk. It's coming later this spring. Remember I was talking to you guys about it. Also in that kind of vein with Miss Meow and stuff like that. I actually, Murphy was talking about it on your stream, Larry, about Mix Cyberpunk, and then I was Minx Cyberpunk. Excuse me, I'm eating letters there, and I found out today it's coming soon, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, Minx is done by Molly Schofield.
Right?
She's
Yeah. There you go. Yep.
been knocking them out of the park.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Larry. I'm sorry. No.
Hey, Massive Panda, brother. What's going on? He says, "What's up, Comic Cast? What's up, Larry? Hope you're all having an excellent Friday." Indeed.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Hey, and if you want to have it, Wayne's World is free to watch on YouTube right now.
No shit.
Already on, Garth.
Excellent party.
Hey,
On.
Vic,
All right, it's
Can
time
you-
to age ourselves. Who saw that in the theaters? I did.
hey, Vic, can you hear me? Did I mute
Yeah.
myself? Okay, good.
No, you didn't. You're good.
Can you pull a post from Art Show
Sure.
stream? It's a little bit from How to Draw. A post from the winner. I want to make sure that this gets sort of streamed if we could. I don't know how to do any of this yet. Vic and Gerald were nice enough to show me restream.
Well, here's my question about the Restream app that we're using, right?
Yeah.
In StreamYard, you can have a maximum of 6 people. What's the max here?
For the free version.
Well, for the free.
Yeah, for the free version.
free, it
Oh,
was
is that-
So I'm matching what we paid for, basically the same price, and trying to look at it that way. And for the most part, it matches the cost level of what we were doing before. I think before we had 10 for purchased, we could have 10 on the stream. And do you know how many we can have, Vic, on this? I think it's like 8.
It's 10 as well. Yeah, it's 10.
Okay. Yeah, it looked like it was pretty much straight down the line. It was all the same. It was just better. It was just
the same but better.
And
Yeah,
like
do the
in
same.
which way? In what ways?
So
Like, let's go ahead and go to make somebody go full screen and then bring it back down, and just everything's much cleaner. You can look at the background. The background's a video versus a still image.
You can put videos on StreamYard now.
Yeah, now you can put up motion stuff on StreamYard for a background.
It's
Now I'm
gotta be
just
a
saying,
GIF
I'm not.
file, though, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, this is a lot. Like the pixels and everything are just a lot.
So
cleaner.
what you're using right now, this is a paid version then, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So it's like I assume that there's a free version just like StreamYard. Would that then be a maximum of 6 people, like equivalent to StreamYard then?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Vic's
If you get the free one, it is like on this one we have like you could have like 4 members on stream. And if it's the free version, it's like 2. There's not a lot of perks, but if they have like a $19, $20 version, we're not doing an ad for them or anything like that. But they have a $20 version, and it was like up to 6 people. You get 2 admins as well. But this one that we're using now, it's got the same as StreamYard in the sense of like you could have 4 admins or 4 members. You could have up to 10 people on your chat, but it's all the other bells and whistles that you
But
get.
like
Like
just
you know, you can
adjusting
bring up
the
chat.
size. There we go. We got the
You do
chats that come up.
chats.
You can resize, and then
That's
just
pretty nifty.
how things animate back into space is just really much cleaner.
Yeah, if you guys well, like off of here, if you guys want me to like one day like show you guys, like I could give you a tour real quick of it, so you can see all the bells and whistles. So that way we're not just like
What-
an advertisement for.
What's the kickback?
Yeah, well,
What's the
here's
kickback
the
you guys
deal,
get?
I used StreamYard for like 2 years, paid for it, and they never once wanted to partner with me. So you know what? Whatever. I don't care.
This is what you're talking about, Joe?
Yeah. So this was Rafino Victor type. It was talking about this was the piece that actually won the How to Draw Comics sequential challenge. So
Nice.
That's cool.
I'm a big fan of the turtles. So you show me turtles, you know,
Yep.
you got my vote, brother. You know.
of course, I mean, I think a lot of us, it's just an easy win, and there were so many people that I want to say it was. Well, let's just say it was a high number of people that went into this challenge,
Mhm.
two-page sequential challenge, and we decided to put up $100 for the winner as a prize for putting in the effort. So he was the one that won. Put a little shout out, put it on our page for art show so people could see it. I think it looks great. He's amazing.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
And then so thanks for posting, Victor. And then we kind of talked a little bit earlier, but for the next contest, what I'm going to be pushing out to How to Draw is not only are we going to be doing a financial victory lap for somebody, but also we'll be picking one of the top 6 to 10 winners. One of them, select them, and they'll be doing 5 pages for the magazine paid work. So get them in, get them paid, and get them some work. So really excited about continually supporting How to Draw Comics and what they're doing. It's good
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, that's
Where do I
awesome.
sign up? Where do I sign up?
You go over to How to Draw and talk to Ed Foychuk. He usually runs them.
Yeah, that's Ed's baby.
But I mean, if you just want to be highlighted in the magazine, all you got to do is reach out to me. Like, it's all in the fam. If you guys want to be highlighted or do anything, there's always space for you in the magazine as we move
I
forward.
appreciate that.
Obviously, Larry, if you ever want to, like, I'd love to have you and your character as the front centerpiece of the magazine as the focal point. At any point when you ever want to do it, you just let me know. I'd love to have you.
I know nothing of this magazine, but you got me intrigued, good sir.
You don't know anything about the magazine?
Tell me of your magazine, sir.
Share my screen and I'll show you our latest cover we just got in.
Oh yeah, let's see it. Let's check it out.
Get ready.
Blood runs cold. Niobe was a centerfold.
Nice.
So this was just turned in yesterday. This is done by a man named Sean Fournier.
So clean.
And
Yeah,
he also
Sean
did the
Fournier,
colors, and it's a nice, simple but sleek, sexy little cover for Niobe Outbreak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's see, we'll show this one here is done by Courtney Rose Dameron. I love the colors here. That's done by Dan O'Vera with the lighting off
colors
the
are
jacket
fantastic.
and
And the
stuff like that.
man.
I'm really enjoying the depth of field on this one. It's very nice.
These are just a couple sketches that Juan was working on.
Yes, Wong.
Juan. We call him Don the Juan, man.
Oh, okay.
This one here's a little sexy. This one here is done by RB White, who's been with us since Niobe number 2.
RB White is amazing.
Yeah. This one here is done by Elrado Garcia, who is a Zenoscope interior artist. And he had a special for commissions, and I hit him up, and we took advantage of that special,
Yeah.
This one here is done by Justin Hunt. He also did the colors on this himself. Usually he hires that out to like a Sanju or someone like that. But he said, I want to color this one personally because he said, I want this one to have my personal sort of touch. And I was a little worried, He's like, no, brother, I got it. And he got it for sure, man. This one here is done by our interior artist. This is an Iron Maiden homage from Somewhere in Time. So you guys remember the classic album, you know what I mean?
Derek Riggs.
Derek Riggs, brother, that's it, man. That's our new character, Sybil. Let's see, this is done by Greg Bo Watson. This is going to be on our Indiegogo campaign when we launch. As soon as I'm done, like fulfilling Kickstarter. So he's got that J. Scott Campbell, almost Disney princess Grace vibe to his art, right? This is done by Keith Garvey. This is going to be one of our lead out
That one.
covers when we launch
Yeah.
Outbreak.
Oh, nice.
You know
That
what I
looks
mean?
Dude,
cool.
that's such a great cover.
Looks like a 3D model.
This is one of the characters that Max's artist Fern helped me develop, right? You know, when we said we paid for his TV, she's one of she's one of the TV payments. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she shows up as a villain in our next book. This is Niobe's new friend, her new buddy. She'll be showing up in the next book.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty,
Oh, it's
kitty.
gonna turn into a buddy story. Oh,
Well, you know, you gotta have some good guys and bad guys.
gotta have some friends. Yeah, the super.
Here's
friends.
another one.
Where they?
So we got all kinds of good things.
Where's
you know,
that? Are you?
coming up.
Do you have that one with that had all that major neon background stuff yet? Are you showing that one yet? You know which one I'm talking about?
No, man, no.
The one that had a bunch of the buildings in the back, and it was going to be all like a lot of neon.
Oh,
lights and
that's
stuff.
done by a guy named Mark May. That's actually in the process of being colored right now. I'm told it will be ready tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Massive Panda said, I got here late, so is Larry launching another Niobe campaign? These covers look awesome.
Soon. Here's the deal. We're finishing fulfillment for Niobe Origins. Then I'm probably going to run a quick, maybe 2 or 3 week Indiegogo campaign to, move some of the extra books I might have left. Then, while I'm doing that, we're going to work on pages for the new story, which is Niobe Outbreak. It's basically our tale of a pandemic in Niobe's world, not, COVID, but it's going to be its own thing. But, we're going to go through some of the motions of what we all had to face, say, in the past 2 years. And that will be our a big launch. I'm sure that will go down sometime. I want it March, but we'll see. It's more likely going to be like mid-April. You'll see that
Mid-April.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be good because March would have been a BC month.
Yeah,
Well, I'm still going to try, but I want to have at least 5 or 6 really nice pages to show before we launch a Kickstarter. Like all our covers are done. Like
listen.
we have the Paul Green cover coming to us maybe tomorrow. That's in the hands of Ula Moss right now, who's like a legendary colorist. She's working hard on coloring that. I'll show the black and white for that.
Can I
shown
ask
too
you a
many
question,
people
Larry?
this.
This is the
You just
second
did.
campaign. Well, it's
What?
going to be another one. This is the
Okay.
lead-in. It's a
It's a
lead-in.
two-parter.
How cool and how does it feel? Because the first time I know how cool it was, but now that it's like, welcome back to Niobe Ula Moss, how does that feel?
Paul Green and Ula Moss. It's going to
Yeah,
be
man.
awesome.
Yeah.
Check this cover out, Joe. I'll show you this last one.
And speaking of which, how does it feel having Niobe out on comic book shelves right now, man?
I know that's the big win, man. That everybody wants to follow your lead on. That's sick.
So this here's done by Paul Green. He's like, Zenoscope master artist. Huge
That's-
fan following. His last cover is like, the Eiffel Tower of the covers that we sold, right? You look at the selling graph, his just, towered over everything.
Right. I mean, and you had a massive campaign. Like we're talking like, was it in like the 50,000 that you made?
God,
on that?
no. God,
Canadian.
no.
I thought
It
you had
was what?
20.
It was 17, right?
It was
No,
17.
no, it wasn't. It was
was 20.
24 Canadian, which was about 20 American.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but that was not your highest campaign.
No, that's the highest campaign.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you had a higher one, but 20,000 is no laughing matter. I mean, that's.
I mean, we went from 1900 for Niobe. There's a graph. I could just show you the graph. It's just easier that way.
Basically,
But
it jumps up.
there is no
campaign.
overnight success in this game unless if you're
Mhm.
really lucky,
right.
People don't understand this. Like, oh, Niobe's doing really well now. Yeah, but it took me 8 years to get this far. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like we're just starting. So
I mean, you're making an impact, and now you're getting potentially distributed here pretty soon. So that's.
I am being distributed. It's not even
And you've
potentially.
been in previews, man.
Yeah, I'm in the previews magazine. You can, Joe, you'll be able to go to your comic shop in April and buy Niobe Origins for $4.99.
Perfect. Well, there you go. There you go. Thanks for correcting me, though. No, I was wrong.
So you don't
I-
even have to back the Kickstarter, right? You just
Yeah.
have to wait a couple extra months and you'll get the book. Save
but I
yourself
want some
on
extra
shipping.
shit. No, and that's the thing is that I'm gonna have to pick your brain at some point.
Pick it
Because,
now. We're good.
fuck that. I'm not gonna get into your shit now.
That's all right.
Yeah, just the man that road you got on. Like you said, it's 8 years. I mean, that's a long road to sort of knock on a lot of doors and figure stuff out. So you clearly did some things that other people need to figure out how to do. And
I'm going to show you exactly how this road came about, and hopefully this might inspire some of the people out there. So I'm going to do one more screen share.
okay.
And now, is there any way to make that bigger?
Yeah, we can go full screen with it. I just don't know how. There we go.
All right. So way back here where I'm highlighting, that's Niobe number 1. That was done in February 2015. Very first Niobe ever, right? We raised
black and
Joe,
white, right?
What's that? Yeah, all black and white. We raised barely $2,300 Canadian, which is about $1,900 US with 64 backers, Joe. And I thought at that time I was on top of the world, right?
Mhm.
Woohoo! We got funded, we got a book out, great. We went to Niobe number 2. We got 99 backers, and this is in 2016. So about a year later, we did 2,700 Canadian. Okay, that's probably about 2,300 US. Oh wow, can't get any better than this, right? We got 104 backers for Niobe number 3, the swimsuit edition, right? That did 3,800. So that was a nice jump right there, right? That was like $1,000 jump. We did Niobe number 4 in 2017, 112 backers. We did 4,200 Canadian, which is probably about 38 US, right? And then this is the last of our black and white stuff here was the Bonnie Origins. It was a one shot off of our villain. That did 3,700, but we gained in backers, right? On that. Right? We gained 6 backers. Then we took a break. There's like about a year break, and we switched art teams, and we went full color. When we did that, we doubled the size in backers. We got 221 backers with 7,200 Canadian. And I thought, okay, it can't go any better than this. Then we put out Birthright number 2. Look at this, Joe. We doubled our money, right? Like over double money, 16,000 with 374 backers. And then we did Origins for 24,000 with 400 backers. So you can just see the growth from 2015 to 2021.
Right. Yeah. So that's the big jump is when Comics Cast.
Right?
So I'm gonna need royalties for your shit. Right away. No, I actually Niobe Birthright 2. That was when I purchased.
Right. Yeah.
Either that or part 1 and 2. I was one of those guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure.
And so, I mean, this is what put us sort of on the map. This is Birthright's what got us published with the Antarctic Press, and now they're publishing Origins. And when we do Outbreak, I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm thinking Outbreak might do a little bit better than Origins, or at least that's the hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
That's
Thanks. I mean, you walked the dog a little bit on that. I don't know if it was necessarily the road questions I had, but it was definitely the road of success. Yeah, now I'm just giving you shit. I don't really want any answers right now anyway. I don't know why I'm even really pushing the envelope. I need a cigarette, honestly.
Always push the envelope,
Here
man.
for about
But it's just hard work and sticking to an idea and, never giving up, right? It took 8 years for that.
Keep grinding, man.
And someone might look at my 20K and laugh at that and go, "Ha, my lost campaign did 50." Okay,
yeah.
that's fine.
He's cute.
Yeah, he's cute, right?
I'm sorry if you're just hanging out with us and you don't know. It's a lot of inside jokes. You're just gonna have to.
Just realize that Larry's cute. Okay, Larry's his last campaign was more than cute, and that's all you need to know. Everybody's last campaign was more than cute, except for mine, because I don't do campaigns. I just draw on them. So,
you'll do a campaign eventually.
no, I'm working on it. I'm spending this time right now putting some character stuff together. I gotta get these covers done for you guys really fast though. Where the fuck did I put everything?
Well, and you'll be within a campaign, with Kaiju Mania here as soon as it goes up.
Look, that's the thing. I'm really excited about that. That's all done. Whenever that starts kicking in, we can jump on that. The fact that the chibi cards for
you're going to be in Niobe too, right?
Yeah,
so Pete's doing our chibi cards. So if you want official Pete Vask art in the card form, you're going to have to back our next book.
with Phil colors, man.
Yeah, if Phil ever gives me the colors.
Unless he decides to use the colors that
Oh, I
made
gave you the
already.
preliminary. Then we talked about what needs to be fixed, and
Hey, Vic, let's see your Batman as you're going through this thing. What's up? Oh,
Arelis.
Come on
Arelis is
in.
very important. She's one of the mods on my Twitch channel. I made her one of the mods on my Twitch channel. Bro,
right.
what did you just
Now look at this
do?
Batman.
Holy
This is just 10 times better than what I saw before. And what I saw before was
Holy
epic. But the minute you threw in
shit.
that red, that pink, oh my god, dude! Now
and all that little like almost like what
it
is
looks
that
like
in
it's
the
snow. It looks
background,
like snow.
all the little speck. Yeah,
right? Because I would say stars, but they appear in front of him as well. But you can say that's snow. That could be like Batman, the holiday special. You know what I mean?
The holiday special.
I like that.
Have a pitchfork.
Larry, did you see Mariah Bennis's cover that we did?
I did. Is that the one you were posting around today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my god,
but-
I want it. I want
Yeah,
it.
no, I really
want it.
like that one. You should be showing the boys that, brother.
I'm buying that one. I'm so getting that one.
Miss Delgado says that Batman piece is incredible.
Oh, thank you.
I put up a colored version of those chibis if you guys want, since
Let's see.
Phil's dragging his knuckles on that a little bit.
Hey, man.
Hey man, I'm trying to move, man. Cut me some slack.
Nope, no slack. That's that colored version, and then
No sleep till
Fort Wayne.
There you go.
that chibi version.
See, Pete is ready, Phil. Like if you drop the ball, like, hey man, I can't do it anymore, man. Well, we already got them ready to go, brother.
Hey, he colored stuff before I even got anything over to me, man.
I
You got it done.
Trying to
before I
show
sent it
off,
off.
man.
as soon as I scanned it in and redid the lines in Procreate, I sent the lines to Larry, and then that night I finished coloring them because I wanted to color them. I just wanted to color.
Well, yeah.
But I also thought I to be honest with you, and if anybody wants to take this, I don't know that it should be taken as advice or something. It's just what I did, being me. I thought, if I color it a little bit and then show Phil, I'm like, Phil, this is what I was thinking about what the look should be to keep her age appropriate, because this is traditionally speaking, because there are folks who just, oh, this is chibi, and it's not really chibi.
Yeah.
This is a 1.5 chibi, meaning the head is a 1. It's a 1 to 1.5 ratio. The head is 1. The body is 1.5 of the head. So it's very child. So I wanted to keep, so instead of having the big tank top with the, the boobies and stuff like that, and I kind of took a little bit of the sexiness out and gave her more of the child thing, which is kind of like the way to go with that. But I also, that's why I did for funsies, I did the teenage version. So it could be or maybe the young adult, the 20-year-old version. So it could be a little bit more of, giving
She has
that
a little bit more of a figure, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she got a little bit more figure, a little bit more bad girl, but still chibi, as the way I look at it,
Yeah, that's the one I got.
The
right
reason
now.
why we did the chibis in the first place was for conventions, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what would happen is, parents would walk by the table with their kids. The kids would see, Niobe looking pretty flashy, and they would kind of want it. And, the parents would ask me, is this okay for my kid? And I'd be like, if the kid's under 14, I would generally say probably not, because even though there's no nudity in it, she does appear pretty sexy, and there is some profanity in the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, if they just want to take something home, then we had like, the chibi buttons and the chibi prints and stuff, and that was perfectly fine. Like
A lot of my work, like at tables, same vein, I do some more adult kind of thing, blah, 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 or some violent kind of thing. But then I have stacks of stuff like this.
Exactly.
And, a little 4x6 for $5.
And I think that's what caught the
kids'
kids' eyes anyways, just so like the animated look of the chibis, right? And they just wanted that, so.
I hate to be a sales guy, but that's the thing, though. That's why they put the Cocoa Puffs on a 5-year-old's eye level in the supermarket. I am going to put this and that bright yellow Pikachu, right at that eye level where that 5-year-old can see it at my table, because that 5-year-old is usually attached to a parent.
Yep.
And that
All
parent
colorful, looking like a piece of candy.
and that parent is usually attached to a pocketbook.
Well,
And
that's all, like the impulse buy. Right? Mommy, I want that.
And Pete's got to pay for his table. Okay, I got a ton of shows coming up now. I got to pay for some tables. I mean, there you go. That'll pop Larry right there.
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
and then that'll pop Larry too.
And I understand Pete's got to sell like the mainstream sort of stuff, but
Yep.
I'm gonna try and slowly get Pete into like maybe you should throw in some Ninja High School in there. Maybe you should throw in one of our characters in there.
I have well, that's actually fun. Good segue. I have a stack of Ninja High School stuff that I'm researching again. I'm rereading a lot of my old Ninja High School. I dug it out of the attic so I can get a read in, and so I really did. And I'm going to be honest with you, that was as per advice from one Mr. Larry Higgins right there. He was like, Pete, I take and this wasn't just shooting the shit bullshit. This was a serious TED talk, friend to friend, and then a little mentor kind of thing, creator to someone who wants to be a creator. You should look at some of this. You should look into some of that, and that's where. And from Larry is where the idea I got. And Joe, we talked about that. I know Joe's smoking, so he's right not hearing it. So we'll talk about that. She won't let you smoke in the house. Damn, Joe, it's a shame. Anyway, I'm just.
I know what it's like.
Well, Joe knows we can carry the show, brother.
We used to see what kind of massive studio you had, Max, and now you and the water heater are best friends.
Yeah, relegated to the water heater room.
But what I was saying, that's why because of Larry's advice and his support, and a couple other things, I decided I'm going to start actually painting a lot of these indie characters. I'm going to do. I know the 3 that are on. I have the canvases actually already stretched, and I'm going to prime them this weekend. I want to do a Niobe cover. We're just going to talk about which ones. I want to do a Mary. I already know which Mary cover I want to do. The one with the candles, the one that I got. That I'm drawing, I'm painting, and then I'm going to paint a squirrel with a sword for Sam.
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrels. And then I'm going to paint comic book covers, and then hopefully, that's something that I can start doing for folks. Somebody goes, "Oh shit, that's a painted version of whatever." Can you do that for me? The answer is yes. Shit, in most cases, the answer is fuck yes. Okay, so I'll be painting.
So let me ask you guys something, because you guys were talking about conventions. And a lot of times we get a lot of new people on here who haven't done conventions, up and coming artists, things like that. What are your guys' musts for when it goes to going to a convention to catch someone's eye, to bring people to your table? We'll start with Niobe.
Man, I'm the bad person to ask that because I haven't been to a con now.
That's a good start, though. That's a good place to start.
I mean, for me, we never had a big setup or a big display ever. I usually get like an 8-foot table or 6-foot table, and have a nice black sort of table drape over it, and then have a nice banner. At least have that, right? Something that everyone can see when they walk by that looks sort of like nice and flashy, right? Have your stuff nicely laid out. Be interactive, we're all gonna say the same things here, but be talking with the people that are walking by, be engaging, but I'm so bad at conventions because I'm such a fan. So I'm always never at my table, right? And that's when my brother would be like, yeah, 5 people were coming by looking for your signature and you weren't here, man. Sorry, I was talking with Tom McFarlane trying to get my book signed,
I need to throw a shot collar on you so when you're across the convention hall, he can zap you when people are at the table waiting for you.
I mean,
well, I noticed I went to the first convention I've gone to since the whole pandemic. I went to in LA's LA Comic Con now, and it was very weird because usually when you do conventions, people are very engaging, like, hey, come look at my book, but it was a lot of standoffish now. Like, people don't know. It's almost like they forgot how to act at a convention.
Yes,
they're so just like, oh, what do we do now?
Well, see, here's the thing. I noticed that a little bit out here in New York. It was weird. I think maybe it's because of the New York attitude. Shows started slowly creeping back, and they started moving pretty well. The fans were raging for it. Now, I said this when I first met Max and Larry and Phil at the beginning of the quarantine. I was like, listen, I'm going to bust my... And I got some shit for it from people who I no longer work with because they're still where they were at the end of 2019, beginning of 2020. And I've moved forward because I said, if you're not taking this time where you're home and doing nothing to grow and to get better, to come back ahead of where you were, all you're
Oh,
gonna see is my ass.
Yep,
That's all
I
you're
remember
gonna
you
see.
saying that on
That's all
older
you-
streams, man.
That's all you're gonna see is my ass. And that the thing is, I did notice. You're absolutely right, Vic. I did notice some folks were sitting there like not doing anything, like not like shell shocked. The same old banners from 2019, the same old signs from 2019. And then what I noticed a lot, not a lot, but I noticed enough people just sitting there like this with their head down, not
Yeah.
on their phones, and people just walking past them. Now guys like me, my buddy Jay, who you guys have met out your messer, we've been to shows. We've been next. They put us together next to each other at shows a lot of times, so it works out because we can watch. They know we're friends and we can watch each other's tables if somebody has to go to the bathroom or something. But we're up, we're talking. Like I'm even drawing, but still talking to people and looking up and stopping. You have to engage. It's a sales job, and it's a contact sport. If you don't swing the bat, you're not hitting anything. You have to.
I thought the weirdest thing I saw was this was at two tables. People had their kids out in front
Yeah.
going like, "Hey, you wanna come hear about a book?" And I'm like, shouldn't they be like, okay, that's cool, like, but right now it's kind of like that's kind of weird, like putting your kid out there.
I'm gonna tell you, it becomes a mom and pop thing. My friend Jay is actually his daughter took over his table because she sat there. She likes to draw, and she started drawing at the table. So somebody was nice. It was actually Keith Williams. Actually, it was funny. Keith Williams bought for $1 one of her drawings, and then the entrepreneurial spirit in this little girl exploded. So the next day at the show, she brought paper and pencils and crayons and stuff like that, and she was selling drawings. She actually took commissions. Okay. She ended up, so that show, somebody had to leave. So Jay got an extra, like 4 or 5 feet of table next to him. So he put a tablecloth down so his kid could sit and draw all day. Cool. Hey, she's her own babysitter. That's great. But she ended up making, like, let's say she had to pay for that table. She made enough to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, which is phenomenal. And then she did it at the next show, and she's like, now she's getting plastic sleeves. And Dad, where can I get the good paper? And Jay turned around and was like, I'm her assistant now. It's her table now. But that's the thing. That's with the kid thing. That's the part of engagement, because some people might think maybe so. First off, some people might be, I don't know if I could talk, but my kid won't shut up. If they can get the hook, then I can talk to them. I can see.
Well, what
that.
I thought was weird about it was the kids were out in front of the table, no mask.
Oh yeah, that's
the
weird.
Parents or whoever were behind, masks on, like away.
Yeah, that's a weird.
Like,
That's a weird COVID. That's
really
a weird COVID thing, and I'm not going to get into that.
Oh yeah, I thought I thought it was more. You're talking like where it was more of like they do with Gene on Bob's Burgers. Send him out in the burger uniform
with the sandwich board up.
I'm not gonna get into the COVID aspect. I'm just not. It's not worth anyone's time anymore, to be completely honest with you. It's just let it go. But yeah, that's weird. But you're absolutely right. That's weird. But I know a lot of people do use their kids. A, the mom and pop aspect. B, the kids more outgoing. The kids more kids. Joe's got kids. Max has kids. They're friggin' fearless sometimes when they're talking to strangers. They really are sometimes. So,
and me, I don't know on that end because I haven't tabled since the beginning of the couple of all that stuff, man. It's been about 2 years since I've got to table, but this year I'm going to be getting.
I haven't. I stopped for the beginning of the quarantine, and then as things loosened up a little bit in New York and outside festivals started happening, I jumped in, and I haven't stopped.
Then you threw your own show.
Yeah, then I was able to bring my own show back. So, but I've out here anyway, and I've traveled a little bit, Jersey, but the fans are ravenous for it, and the people who are the con goers, like Larry said, that aren't engaging or aren't talking to people aren't going to do anything. The people who aren't at their tables or on their phones, nothing's going to happen for you.
And why are they even doing it? I don't get that.
Well, because they think because their head is still stuck in 2019, 2018 pre-pandemic world. Here's the thing, though. Like I said, you had to upgrade. I have new signs. I have new hardware to hold my stuff. I put all my display stuff in new top loaders that are clean and not covered in tape and
Here, pop me up on the screen, Joe, while Pete talks.
I got new books. I got new this. I got all sorts of new.
We've been waiting for you to come back, sir. Welcome back.
I got. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there's
I'm so buying this cover. I'm so getting this cover.
That's the Maria Bennett cover for Ninja Bimbos versus Zombies from Deep Space.
Max, this might be the first.
Space.
Max, this may be the first crowdfund that I buy multiple covers. I hate you so much right now.
I'll probably get that. I always get the Mariah cover. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Her covers always do really well. I mean, you can see why.
Yeah.
something catches the eye there, Max.
You,
know?
you think she messes? You think she messes with the husband about that sometimes?
Maybe.
Hey, my cover did better than yours again, Mr. Marvel DC artist. Ha ha.
From
I
deep
would.
space.
I can't look. Again, Joe, Vic, you guys haven't. It's you're not as cool as us, so I understand. You haven't seen what we've seen. Get this title. You have to go get this title. It is so fun.
It is a super gory, super funny, just wild ride. It is super fun.
Forget the art for a second. What Johnny and Max, and I'm saying this as an unsolicited advertisement. What Johnny and Max wrote was just like, okay, it was compelling, it was interesting, it was funny as shit, and it was like spot on. It took itself seriously enough where it's good. You know what I mean? It's like really good.
But you're vegan.
I'd love to take this cover and just bring it to like a grade school art lesson and be like, I need you to understand leading lines. I need you to understand part of the color scheme and how where does your eye go and why. Let's study how this works.
Hey, I'm teaching an elementary school class on Monday, so I don't think that's a good idea. If I was to take that cover and like, hey, look, kids, what do you think?
You might have a few parents.
I'll take the trade dress off so it's not so fussy.
There you go.
Well, I mean, and what Larry was talking about earlier is like, you know, you're like, oh, what's going on with this magazine? You know, we spend so much of our time on Comics Cast. The focal point is marketing and pushing other people's work. We're sort of in uncharted territory talking about our own stuff, being that we have something that's going to be a product that's coming out. So it is important that, you know, that I get feedback like Larry saying, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You know, that means that we're not talking about it, which is not good too. You got to figure out ways to.
Well, it also means I probably, you know, wasn't looking right.
Well, look, I'm going to give you some unsolicited advice again. You got to do
pop me up, Joe. I'm going to show off the convention stuff since we're.
You got to do the Max and the Sam Sinopa, Sam Quinton thing, and just get out there, get on the trail, and get people talking about your shit. And that's all it is, really.
Well, you know, you always got to remember too what our mantra is. And I love that you're killing it with these freaking, you know, out on the trail, out on with people. Like just having these images are great. This is what it's really all about. What it kind of boils down to, what success looks like, especially like as an indie creator.
And this was all pre-pandemic. Like we were still only doing like $3,000, you know, Kickstarters at this point. You know what I mean?
Right. But I mean, that's where it starts, right? Getting people excited about your character enough to dress up, take photos, you know, I mean, that's free chicken.
Oh yeah. I mean, she complete, like the girl that you just saw, she completely wanted to do it. Like she's like, I have to do it, you know? And then we had like you know, kids that showed up that were like cosplaying it. You know what I mean? Like
that's awesome, man. No, but I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying, Pete. But you got to look at what our mantra is, what our founding principles are for Comics Cast, and we always got to make sure that we're still doing that. And that our founding principles are always at our core is to highlight indie creators. And if we're not doing that, then we're not doing our job. But at the same time, you know, how do we move into a space where we have income into the business so that we can move into what is ultimately what the goal is, which is after creating these connections with indie IP owners is to launch the app and new space.
You're in a chicken before the egg situation as far as I can see, because you want to stay true to yourself, but you also want to, you know, get yourself out there so more fans can see these great indie creators. So how do you do that? And the easy answer is getting out there and doing streams. But if you're talking about yourself on these streams, are you following your mantra of putting out these indie creators. If you're going out just selling your stream, no, you're not. But if you go out and you bring some indie creators with you, or if you bring some stuff with you, if you have a stack of books with you from the people you're working with, and go, hey, this is Joe, this is Vic, we're from Comic Cast, we're doing this, and this, and
Right.
and look who we're highlighting. We're highlighting, you start highlighting Roy and Gerald's work, and other stuff that you got going on, and people start going, oh shit, then their fans start seeing their shit, and they start coming here. Like, perfect example here is you got the four of us here. Well, yeah, we shared this all out, so now people who like us or people who are looking us can watch our stuff. I mean, I don't know if she's still in the chat, or at least, again, I said she's a mod on my Twitch stream, but she's always next thing I know, she's at Rebel Comics when we're doing stuff like that, and she's checking out this stuff. I know she's backed. I think she's backed a couple of Max's books and stuff like that. She's like, you get other people's eyes seeing your stuff, and you got the perfect opportunity where you can get other people's eyes not only to look at your stuff, but look at other people's stuff on your stuff. That's like Inception, bro.
Yeah.
You got that.
And
right
there's
there.
nothing saying that in these comics cast, as things are opening up, that you guys can't table at a con.
Absolutely. That was you took the words
Of
right
course,
out of my mouth.
I mean, that's going to be that's the goal, is to start conning with everybody else with a full-on comics cast table. And then what's great about that is that we can bring people in from the con and then message from there. So it's going to be great once it happens. The only frustrating part is that I've done it now twice where I've tried to be an official media entity, and man, cons are just not having it. They're not feeling it yet. So
you're going to the wrong cons.
Yeah,
you're going to the wrong cons. It's I'm going to be completely honest with you, and this is from somebody who's doing 40 to 45 shows a year. The West Coast cons are tough.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, because I know you're on the West Coast. The West Coast cons are tough. There are cons out here, and I'm not just talking New York. I'm talking Awesome Con in DC and a Baltimore Comic Con and a bunch of others that have alleys for podcasters.
Yeah, and I was going to say, even here we've had like even I was
about to say, the
panels, panels on podcasting and stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, you can honestly, if and then I know it's a money thing. New York is a big deal and it's expensive and blah blah blah. But when panels open up, you can get a Comics Cast panel at New York Comic Con. You would be able to get it.
Well, I'm excited about it. It's just a matter of time. You know what I mean?
No, it's time, and I know it's time and money. But it's at that point. I mean, realize it. We're here on the internet. They got people. You got Canadian,
right?
Yeah, so you got a Canadian. You got a guy in Kansas City. You got a Southerner like Phil.
I am not from the South, dude.
Well, we're gonna hey, Pete. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw you a shirt, and I'm gonna get you on the payroll. How about that? Now you can start running Comics Cast shows. Hit those 35 shows up.
Look, all I'm saying is you guys can.
You can send me, Joe, if you want to send me. If you want to flip the bill, I'll go.
You guys can absolutely have a table.
Let's go.
And I'm not talking big mega shows either. You can.
I mean, bottom line is, guys, you got to realize, like, I'm going to be in Korea for the next year, so I'm out of the game. Other than Seoul Comic Con, but Vic's going to hold.
You're going to meet my buddy Jay there.
Gerald can hold down the fort, and we can definitely start spreading the word a little bit, and getting Comics Cast out to some of these cons. But we're just going to have to figure out the financial element of it. But I think it'll be all right. It'll be all right.
I can get you on Amex,
where you got enough of you guys on your crew now. It's like, okay. You're over here, you're over there, so you're all hitting these different circuits, in your area, your local cons and stuff.
And that's the thing. That's part of the reason we want to have this magazine out, because we'll be able to be getting them out at the cons as well. After we do it. So we'll run an initial Kickstarter and all that good stuff with like 100 magazines, right? We'll probably have them signed and complex art elements and things like that. That's where I'll talk to Larry about some advice on that stuff, running the first one. And then I'm pushing to get them in stores as quickly as possible. Like, that's my focus, sitting on actual shelves. But that'll be going with people on these cons, like anyone, and I'll send my mags out to you guys, like whoever wants them to go to a con and sign them or do artwork with them or whatever you guys want. Like, that would be badass. Like, at the end of the day, like, getting to the cons, like you guys say, that's key. That's key, just getting on the ground. But I want to make sure that when people see a Comic-Con panel or a table, what they're going to see is something that is 100% legit, professional, and it looks the same no matter where it goes.
All right,
You know what
so
I mean?
you said that I shared my table from my show in the thing. If you want to pull it up really fast, that'll give you an idea of what I was talking about. And it's the same vein.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to pull that up a little bigger if you can. But you see the sign, the backdrop, people said from the bar you could see that display through the windows.
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal.
They gravitated. And I was in the back of the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Right, make yourself seen, make yourself known, but you got to keep it, like you said, Joe, clean and professional. Clean and professional. My chair was there because I really wasn't drawing at this show because it really wasn't about that. My chair was there to hold my jacket. I was standing up talking to people. Granted, they were
getting liquored up, drinking.
Yeah, we got a little loose. Had 3 stouts before 11:30 a.m. I felt good. I felt real.
Sounds
good.
like my kind of con, man. I'm coming next year.
Dude, you really should. It's so. There's a lot of beer. There was a lot. We had it in a brewery. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's keep it clean, keep it moving, keep stuff like different stuff at different levels for people to see. I mean, I got lucky. I got my, because I ran the show, so I gave myself a nice, 16-foot L. But still, just keep your banners clean. Look. If you don't have a big, gigantic red tablecloth that goes over everything that says Comics Cast on it, and I can give you the link to the website where you can get it, like you're out of your mind. If you don't have one of those big folding things with Comic Cast all over it and all sorts of art from the magazine on it to pop up behind you, you're out of your freaking mind.
Yeah, I mean, send me that stuff, man. I'd love to see it. Where I'm not doing the standard. Go to some standard printing press online and it's just all overpriced. So.
Well, no. The guys we use is pretty good.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I mean, the biggest thing is I want this to be a media element. Like, I want people to see. I want like a large TV set, like up where people can actually see streams. They can see the media elements that are going on.
Right.
They can see live elements, interviews that we're doing right there on the ground, that sort of stuff.
Number one, that's easy, but I'm going to tell you what the better way for you. Like, people will see that, and that's cool. But that gets expensive with a lot of these cons with electricity and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're shipping a TV.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, you got to move a TV around and you got to set that all up. And
then unless you get a screen and one of those little projectors that you could plug into your laptop, man.
See, here's the thing. Most shows are well lit. The projectors don't work. I've seen them not work. Here's the thing. You also remember setting that up. You're going to have to talk to a Teamster. Okay, because the unions are going to set that, and your shipping is going to be ridiculous. But what I do see people do is they bring laptops, they bring tablets, okay, which you can get relatively inexpensive and will fit in a carry-on bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can do the same exact thing because that's another. Like I said last week, I have a digital artist who does the same thing. He's got 2 tablets with his streams running.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. I mean, the last con I went to, I brought my laptop and I just kind of, obviously I never left it off. I wasn't at the table, but I would sit there and it would run Niobe videos as I was just doing my thing. And then every now and then I would actually, live stream from it or record a video with, someone walking by that I wanted to talk to or interview. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's the other thing. If Comics Cast is at a show, let's say you're at a show. If you're not live streaming 2 or 3 times a day from the show that you're at, you're doing something wrong. If there's a Comics Cast panel and you guys aren't streaming that live on Comics Cast,
oh yeah,
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Right, exactly. No, I got you. Dragonall. Yeah, good stuff.
Have at least one person at the table and have another person with a camera going around and talking to
walk around the camera and the mic and just stop some people or walk up to a table and say, "Hey, I'm Joe from Comics Cast. Got a couple of minutes?"
You want easy interviews? Cosplayers, they love to talk about themselves.
Walk up there and be like, "So you look sexy."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that will go over well.
That'll work real well. That'll work real.
Maybe.
I'm telling you, man. But it sounds hard, but honestly, getting into shows, some shows are harder than others. Yes. Again, I think the West Coast shows are incredibly much harder to get into. But there are.
I think what Joe's looking for is a media pass, right? And to get a media pass, you really have to prove yourself as part of the media.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's going to be like an application for a media pass,
Yep.
and you're going to have to give them links to your work and stuff that you've done and show your credibility in that.
But you have that right now. You have a lot of that right now. And again, a lot of the bigger shows will have panels where they'd love to have a podcast to show a comics cast on.
But but a lot of the smaller shows or mid-level shows, you know, the likelihood of us like leaning forward and getting some actual like the legitimate.
You're looking at the wrong. You're looking at don't sell a little show. I'm sorry, Joe. You're selling a little show short, and that's the worst thing anybody can buy. I only need the big shows because I need this, that, the other thing. I get it.
No. What I'm saying is the mid-level shows and the smaller shows will give us an opportunity to actually run their major panels if we get enough time.
They even have panels, but at the little shows, the mid-level shows are where you're going to build your fan base.
That's what I'm saying.
You're going to build. You may not even do a panel. You're just going to be sitting there and pressing the flesh.
Yeah, I've done better at smaller shows a lot of times than the bigger shows.
I mean, I've done, guys. I've been to
Table UP was killer on a big mid-sized level.
I've been to
I didn't
cons,
do that well, but the very next weekend did a small show and did 3 times as well.
As an artist, I've done 5 shows, pretty large shows. So, like, as an artist, I'm fine. Like, I know the drill, pressing the flesh, all that good stuff, and getting your work out there. It's just a different beast trying to create a living resume for some of these larger ones. But at the same time, like you're saying, Pete, I'm not too interested necessarily in hitting the larger ones up. I just want to start building legitimacy for the business. That's all.
Right. So to do that, right, you're going to do panels at smaller shows. You're going to record all of them. You're going to have an archive of all of them. And as you sort of progress up the steps of the ladder, you know, like the chances of you running a panel at New York Comic Con right now, probably next to nil, right? But put in the work for the next year or two, show them what you can do, show all the panels you're running at the smaller to mid-level shows that you want to hit up. Start locally, right? Anything in your local area, start going to them right away, start introducing yourself, start, applying yourself, and you'll get there. The magazine you're talking about, I'm sure will go a long way. I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, this will actually be a legit physical magazine that I can hold in my hand.
Right. So this isn't a digital magazine. This is going to be physical. It's going to be roughly 24 pages. It's going to have a feature on an IP owner, which will be the main cover. And then it'll be there'll be a feature on an artist. There's going to be Vic Medina kicking ass with some art lessons in the book. And then we'll have a section that's focusing on indie comics that people can go out and buy. We'll also have a 5-page comic. And the very first one's going to be drawn by Roy Medina, and Vic will be doing on it.
Mercado.
Did I say Medina?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I was
only one Medina here, and his name is Vic.
No. So they're both working on it.
He's trying to get you both. Vic, he's trying to get you both for two for the price of one.
I kind of am. So Vic is doing the colors on it, and then Roy is doing the pencils and inks on it. We're basically in all of these magazines. There'll be an ongoing story where we'll have new artists doing 5 pages in each magazine.
That's cool. Pretty cool.
But it's an ongoing story that goes through all the magazines. So that'll be fun. The art lesson element will be fun. We'll have new developing elements. We'll have from the cons where people can post, their interactions at the cons. So like Larry, if you posted Niobe action at the cons in there, that would be awesome.
You need an editor page so you can have letters to the editor, and then like stupid question of the month.
It'll be fun. And
Dear Abby.
I mean, we're looking at the price tag of the first magazine to be about $2,000, and it's going to be physical copies that you can hold in your hand. But I
don't think anybody's going to pay $2,000 for a magazine, Joe.
No. Price to me is going to be $2,000 to publish it. But we do want to do a Kickstarter at the first one, and then focus on like having a limited run with either a specific cover or signatures from us and individual artwork that goes along with it, with Roy's work, with Vic's work, my work. that can go and get shipped out with that initial Kickstarter, and then we'll keep pushing and to get it in the stores after that. And this will be like a bi-monthly book. So we've already gotten enough content for 2.5 books. I want to get all 3 books figured out before we print the first one.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's where we're at. Crickets.
It might be a little late, but I posted the link to the show in case people want to drop by and say hello. You're probably getting ready to wrap up, but
We are.
Yeah, we are.
But yeah,
but I posted it anyway.
Yeah. And the one of the biggest things that this year we want to focus on is producing content that we can sell to build our money bags up so we can go out and take over the world. And then the other thing is to get out and actually go on your guys' shows. More of us going on other people's shows to promote who we are, versus kind of what we talked about, which is our mantra, is making sure we promote other people. If we get on other people's shows, then more people know who we are. And
cross-pollination, man.
And it's it's too easy to do that. Vic's completely saved the day. He came in and completely revamped. As you can see, our total business model here. You can see it. It looks beautiful. It's clean. Social media is a whole new beast, and then we're focusing a lot on our YouTube to get out there. And then hopefully I can get us out there in some audio channels so people can just listen to us, because I'm sure we have plenty of just people talking the whole time. But yeah,
I remember one time we were playing with the idea of doing a Roku channel. That could be an idea for you.
Yep.
Yeah, Roku's interesting. Roku's like a whole television thing. And then
right.
What do you want to?
No, but if you really want to push it out, like you're this media thing, imagine Comics Cast, the Roku channel, where it's not like you're live streaming, but it's video on demand, and you would have shows just like this that people can click on and go watch. Then you can do like a special creator spotlight where once a week you pull out a creator and it's like just a one-on-one hour-long show with them.
Right. And that's and you're basically saying all the things that I want to do. The challenge is when to pull the trigger on that, because I want that to be in our app. When we launch the app, I want that to be in the app. I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole with other people's platforms.
Yeah.
That's the reason why that hasn't happened yet. Trust me, the last year I've been struggling because I wanted to launch that so many different ways. And I was like, I have to wait. And I want so many shows. Like I want shows where we have artists come in for like 7 episodes and they just go through challenges and they get checked each time by hosts and by judges, and then they go all the way through, and at the end basically they get eliminated like a fucking cooking show, and then at the end they have they sign a contract with an indie publisher. Like I want like shows like that to be a legitimate thing, and I want it to be legitimately shot and edited versus like live streams. So there's a lot of things that we're looking at doing, but I want to make sure I hold off on it until a couple of things are in place. 1, the app, and 2, the ability for us to have the money to film it properly. It doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't. It's really more the flexibility of going to a location and shooting it versus shooting it in multiple, virtual studios, which is just going to be janky no matter what you do.
Now I got a question for you. It's related to your show. A week or 2 ago, you and Roy hit me up to fill out a bio and some stats for Niobe to be involved in some sort of indie comic book character fight or something. Yes. I never heard anything else on it since.
What? You didn't hear it?
Yeah, I don't know who won. I don't know when the broadcast happened. I don't know nothing.
Well, what we'll say is this: is that we push it to the right because we want to line it up with another potential matchup of sports. But
we'll be talking to you really soon. We got it. We're getting it all together right now. We wanted to do it for the Super Bowl, but
that's right. Yeah, with the card.
We had a lot of personal things going on, so we're moving it towards March Madness. and we're going to
Okay.
be doing an indie character tournament then. So we'll be talking to you very
Well,
soon.
I'll tell you,
Me
I
and-
gave him all the wrong stats because I thought he wanted
Oh!
numbers out of 1 to 5, right? So I rated Niobe how I thought she'd be 1 to 5, and then it turned out to be 1 to 10. I'm like, I severely put her down.
Okay, it's 1 to 10. So just send us it down a scale.
Oh, I
of
did.
1
I
to
sent
10.
someone
We'll
to do
fix it.
info. I think I sent it to Roy. But,
Hey, Vic, okay, so I have to ask permission to my social media manager here. Do we have his card? Can we bring it up?
I might have it somewhere.
We have a card.
I don't know if we have. I
Let's
want to
see.
say that his was built with all of his 1 to 5 stats.
Yeah. I was like, what? I gave her like a 3 speed. I'm like, because I figured it's out of 5, right? I said, well, if it's out of 10, that's probably more like a 6 or a 7. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you got to double the numbers. Just double the numbers.
basically, yeah. You know.
Did you end up seeing there? Did you end up seeing any of the cards? I think we ended up tossing you what the mock-up looked like, right?
I saw the one thing you guys did for Niobe. That's it. I'm actually scrolling through my computer to see if I can find it because I know I must have saved it. Right?
What'd you think about the card?
I loved it. I think those things you see print.
You know what?
I mean?
Let me add to something on that. I've been wanting to do sketch cards for so long.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Wouldn't that be awesome? And I always kind of tell everybody this because if anyone watches my social media,
There it is. I got it.
media,
I got it.
I get kind of ugly about Upper Deck, but
Here, I'll share. Boom.
yeah, let's go and pull this up. I'd love to do sketch cards for people's IPs. I just don't know if there's a market for it unless you guys personally pay for it, and then we put it out. But look at this, stunning.
Yeah, so this is really cool. I actually really like this a lot. Where it has, I do like the stats. I mean, these would obviously be a little bit higher since they're out of 10, but I love, like I just kind of copied and pasted this out of one of my Kickstarters because you guys needed something quick.
I figured that I didn't want you guys to have too much of a lift for this, and I figured you'd have it somewhere pretty close to what we're asking.
Now, this actually has to be changed because Niobe's first appearances was in 2015, not 19, so that will be changed. But yeah,
Too bad, no revision. She's slow.
Yeah,
She
right.
can't fight now.
No, and
but this is badass,
Curse, bro.
Like this is cool. I like this a lot. Like
I love the.
I would love to
graphic
see this
work.
done for everyone's indie character. You know what I mean?
Love the graphic work on this.
You can make a whole card set out of this. So you got everyone to sign off on it.
Well, and that's the thing is we would have to, number one, we would have to either pay for licensing of people's characters to be able to do it, and then get artists. But then who's paying for it? Is there a
you would
market
kickstart
guys
this.
that would want this?
No, you would
Kickstarter.
kickstart this.
Yeah.
This is a Kickstarter. This is an indie card Kickstarter. Yeah, you have to give a little bit of something to the creators for the characters, right? But I don't think anyone's going to ask for too much. You get the cards out, and then you all of a sudden now you got a series. And Joe, you know what the card market is like because you've worked in it for so long. You know what I mean?
Well, not that long, but yes, I understand your point. Yeah, and so
what you would do is you would use this first part as the front, and then you would flip this and make this the back. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, and then we would just print these cards. It wouldn't be an aspect necessarily of. Now, I was talking about sketch cards, but I understand what your point is. This would just be a straight up card for everybody.
Oh, I have a design for Comics Cast sketch cards.
right here, right? Basically
So-
same
I showed that before. Yeah,
on the back and stuff like that. For
Yeah.
Pete was showing these off a little earlier, but
I love that. I absolutely love that
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
Joe, I actually put up one of my sketch cards that I actually drew, like that I watercolored. Remember we were talking about that? I just got that I just put that up on the share screen.
logos on the back. Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
Look at this now.
Right,
Boom.
exactly.
So
That's what I'm saying. I can see the normal cards being a great Kickstarter for a bunch of people's indie characters, indie IPs that they love. I
That's a great
100%
idea.
agree. I think it's a good idea. My question is there a market for sketch cards though? Is there a market for sketch cards where people will pay for them as
it's
Well,
a niche. It's
We'll
a boutique
find
market.
we'll
It's a
find out.
niche.
We'll find out because I've got 10 Mary Machine Gun and 10 Charlotte cards that are they're sketch cards. They're the size of regular trading cards that I'll be selling as a tier, individually tier.
Now I'm going to tell you. They're
machine gun
drawn.
thing.
They're hand drawn.
Yeah, they're hand drawn.
See, I think the market for hand drawn cards as opposed to made cards. Luis, how are you? Is gigantic.
Louis Torres is in the house,
It's-
ladies
it's-
and gentlemen.
it's
He, of course, is
gigantic.
doing VRXOXO. Third day on Kickstarter right now, already past the 10 grand mark. Congratulations
Nice.
to Louis Torres.
But I think hand drawn cards, and Joe, you know this just from going to shows and stuff like that. They may not like destroy everything in high prices and shares in sales and stuff like that. But you go to a show or you go on a Kickstarter, and that boutique clientele, that niche clientele, is loyal, and they'll go, "Oh, where's that Mary Machine Gun AP from the Kickstarter? Do you have one? Where's that? Where's that Niobe AP that such and such drew? Do you still have one of those? Cool. Oh yeah, I'll give you $75 for that. The market's there. It's just you have to give them something. That's all it is. You have to give them something. The sketch card for actual drawn sketch cards is there. And maybe that's why they were so protective of it. But the fans, the sketch card fans are there, and they will buy them if they know where they are. Because I know I was across before everything in 2019 at a show. I was across from a gentleman where at that point he was only doing the official Star Wars sketch cards.
Yeah.
Okay, and people were coming and buying the APs, the artist proofs that he had, and the numbers were staggering. Like he'd get maybe 2 or 3 people an hour, and maybe 2 of them would buy, but one of them paid for the table. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. It's crazy. Timothy Olsen says hi, Phil. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, I really like the idea. We could do a card. I mean, for this part, I'm all about this. I think we could do this easy. Build this up, print them, do a whole collection of different IPs. And then when people get it, it's literally a card collection of various IP owners, of various IPs. And then using cover art that's already been paid for that we just get licensed from their owners.
Then the door is open, because then now you open it. Okay, we're doing the chibi card set. Okay, now we're doing the zombie card set. Now we're doing this card set. Now we're doing the mashup card set.
Can you imagine what's the one that draws the very thin women with very small boobs? What's his name?
I don't know.
Steph
Wilson.
Yeah.
We could do a whole collection of just his shit.
I have the template right. Yeah, but it's gonna cost you $50,000. I have the template right here.
Yeah, that's awesome, Larry. Thanks, man. No, that's it. That's the money. That's the template. There it is.
Right there. Look here.
That's how you get. Yep. Perfect.
If you look at this Fire Bitch card from Karen Nicole, it's the same idea that you guys were doing, right? So she's got the stats, the info.
She's individually building all of that. Each IP.
Right, but we could collectively, as a Comics Cast card set, sign off and have these cards. And then you can build these cards as a set, right? So then you have your cover set. And then you can, if that went well, let's assume it went well, right? Then you can go into the specialization. Maybe you can do, a Steph Wilson set, or maybe you can do the sketch card set, or you can do the chibi set, whatever it is, right?
You have to open the door first and see how it goes.
Right.
No,
exactly.
I like it, man. This is a good business meeting right here.
You'd be tops for comic book company.
Well,
I mean, you're gonna have to try it and see if it flies or not. There's no way to know if it's going to be a hit until it's attempted, right? So I wouldn't go overboard with your first outing, but I would give it a shot.
Need to get that cheap ass bubble gum too.
Yep, I just said that. You need bubble gum.
That hard stuff that cuts into your gums.
Yep,
I mean, anything in the indie sphere is a hard sell, right? And it's going to take time to build up. If you got the right people jumping on board, say you got a Louis Torres in there, right? You got all of us guys, you hook up with guys like Draw and Talk or whoever your friends are, right? Get them all to come on board. Maybe you put out a set of 25 cards the first time around, or it's 30 cards, you know what I mean? And just see what happens,
I love it. We have the relationships to be able to pull it off. The question is going to be, Are we? Is it going to be a situation where we make $30,000 and it costs me, let's say, $1,200 to print it, and then all of like 95% of the income of the shit goes to all the IP owners? Like, I understand.
Well, I'll tell you this: cards are dirt cheap to print because I just printed 4 sets for my project. They were like one of the cheapest of the tchotchkes to get. Okay,
Right.
so
Until you do
the
foil.
printing of the cards is not expensive. The shipping is going to cost you, but you're going to include that in the price. You know what I mean? As far as licensing goes, I mean, I wouldn't ask for much for that. You wouldn't have to give me $1,000 to license Niobe or nothing. You know what I mean? Just give me a little something and I'll be fine.
Yeah, basically, it'd be like, look, I want to make a card with your character. I'll get the information from you, and I'll give you $50.
Done.
That's like 1,000 Canadian anyway.
Yeah.
You just have it that you have the
I mean,
rights for
also,
this image for this one project and that one project only, and that would be it.
I mean, all honesty, that's where Comics Cast has been building to, is those relationships to be able to work on the app, to be able to have these digital comics for everybody to read without us, going $200,000 in the hole before we even get started. So I mean, that's the whole reason Comics Cast exists, to launch that app, to be able to do it in a price responsible way. If we can do a card set in the same vein of, hey, IP owners, I think at this point we've earned a little bit of your trust and respect for your IP. I'm going to show you what you guys did. Here, I promised a percentage of whatever we make. Here's $100 or whatever just to get started. Boom, we off to the races. However much we make is however much we make. And at the end of the day, we keep our same mantra, which is to promote the indie creators. It's just a different way. And it's a way that actually is bringing revenue.
I volunteer to be card number 1.
All right, brother. Awesome. Do you volunteer to be my second magazine lead feature?
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There you go. Now I've got my second. I've got my artist for the second feature, second magazine, but I did not have an IP owner. So you will be front and center. Love it.
Yeah, man. You know that. I'm in like Flynn, brother. It's all good.
All right.
You want to know my characters? Just let me know. I've got a
Max. I mean, this
whole slew of hot women.
Ours just started, so now we're off to the races. Now we can make babies and stuff. Let's do it.
Whoa, man, we move fast, brother.
We move fast. This is the action year, man. This is the action year. The other ones were all the setup. We weeded out all the ones that weren't ready for the big dance yet.
Some weeded themselves out.
We got Tim Olson in the chat from YouTube. He's all excited to see Phil Leon.
Tim, what's up? Yeah, I just wrapping up his cover of Melvin, man. Actually.
Oh yeah, can we show it? Can we show it?
No, ask.
Can we
Tim,
show a
man.
fuzzy
Tim,
screen?
are you still in the chat? Can we show off sneak peek world premiere of your work?
Just give us the right hand corner. We don't need to show the whole thing.
If he says no, show the kaiju pages. Because Phil did them.
I can't even see it. Let me see here. Okay, I got him on the side.
I gotta get a folder ready if he says yeah. Where is
Jesus
it?
Christ, Phil.
Hey man. I had initially stopped in here because I was just gonna say hey and check out the restream thing.
Yeah, you were here for a while.
So I've been here. I wasn't actually set up for my usual spiel.
I could tell the boys were looking to stream tonight because when I was up earlier, everyone was really chatting in our private chat, and then I come on here, and this is where they all ended up. Yeah.
Well, Larry, we gotta like I said before, we gotta figure out. You gotta let me know what your schedule is because I'd like to be on your shows more. But I just can't function where I'm more reactive because I just got too many balls in the air. But I am very interested in chatting.
Well, I mean, I usually go on Monday night. Is when we do it. It's usually on Monday.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Monday night your time is.
Well, right now for me it's 1:49 a.m.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys are on the West Coast, it's gonna be like a 4-hour difference. You know what I mean?
West Coast.
Yeah. No, it's definitely everything will change soon enough.
But that would work out for you because the later it is for me, the earlier it is for you. So like usually we'll go on about 10 p.m. my time, which would be like 6 o'clock your time.
Yeah, so that means I can jump on and let's say like 7 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
7 my time and used to be rolling. So that's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, Mondays it is. I'll crash the party.
Yeah, you come on. I mean, I've been taking a back burner, on the show. We're taking a more little lighter approach than we have. We just want to stick to the comics and the fun.
Yeah.
We've been in some, like you said, Joe. We've had some battles in the past. Not me and you, but I mean, some stuff has come across the lap on the show. Some controversies that we've covered. All that sort of done. Let other people handle that sort of stuff. We're going to be focusing on the guys that are in my private group, guys like Max, guys like Pete, guys like Phil, guys like Sam, and then our close friends who just want to come in and share what they got going on,
Awesome. I love it. I dig it. Yeah, no drama. I bring the drama every once in a while just because every once in a while I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to get on my soapbox, and then the drama kind of flows.
Well, look, if something comes and slaps me right in the face and I have to respond, I guess I have to respond. But I mean, I'm not looking for it. Let's put it that way,
Yeah.
Okay,
Fair
well,
enough.
I figured out how to share on here. So yeah, if you want to give a sneak peek.
Did we get a green light? Did he say it was okay?
I think he's missing in action. We're going to
Oh,
assume
you showed us this. So this is
He'll be
awesome.
okay. He likes when I advertise for him when I work on stuff. Yeah, this is a back cup piece, man.
Okay.
This is phenomenal. I love this.
I got a few little bits of touch ups and stuff here and there to do, man, but it's basically there. This is one of my favorite metal things so
Yeah,
far.
I'll say that Terminator thing looks pretty badass.
Yeah, this thing definitely invokes a couple of different IPs. It's pretty cool. Nice.
So yeah, that's one of the last things I was wrapping up so far. I was trying to get a lot of everything off my plate, so I had like a week free because I know I was going to be busy with a lot of hauling boxes around and getting all set back up and everything.
Tonight, for me, it's going to be about fulfilling more Niobe books, man. I got...
Dude, that's the dream, baby.
Well, yeah.
The dream is to be busy.
I've been at this for 3 weeks. It's got to end sometime. But God damn it.
Well, we are getting close to 3 hours, and that's usually when we call it. Yeah, that's usually when we call it. So now we want you to let us know. Okay, there you go.
Not
Let me
close
bring you
enough.
up right now, real quick, so we could share all that.
Oh, here,
Full
I
screen.
don't know if Joe ever saw the interiors for the new one, but
No, I haven't seen any of this.
Jesus,
So,
Joe.
yes.
this is all done by a guy named Juan Antonio Altaveras, colors by Dan the Man Overa. And I know the lighting and the camera is probably sucking right now, but it'll still give you an idea of what we've been up
I
to.
can tell that the paper is really solid.
Yeah, this is
Like a-
printed by Comics Wellspring. It's kind of who we've mainly go through. They made all the cards that I shown you. They made our stickers. They made our bookmarks. I get everything basically from one stop shop now.
Nice.
And you
That's
were talking about convention banners and stuff. I don't know if they're the cheapest, but they certainly make them, and they make the tablecloths too.
good. Okay.
Oh, very cool.
So it's another option, right? Check out
Yep.
Pete's option first. If it's cheaper and better,
Options.
go for that. And if not, then maybe
all
check
about
out, and here's our
Options are
new
good.
characters coming into action. So this
I
is
love it,
36 pages, man.
You know what? That
Simple.
that freaking top right panel, man, is sick. Like that whole element there is really, really strong. This you could tell the level is just continues to grow with your books every single time.
This is we got like 11 variants, but this is the Justin Hunt variant. This is
Get
the
'em.
one you'll see on shelves in April when you go to your
All right.
comic shop. Will be that cover right there.
Do you know if I'm one of the people you're sending these out to? I don't even remember if I paid for it or not.
I don't know if you're a backer, but I'll find out.
Yeah. Don't take it personally if I'm not.
No, it's all right.
She
brother.
really is pretty here, ladies. She really is.
Will you please come in here? It's just all dudes in here. This is
And you're inviting her in. Come on,
Vic's
man.
trying to like wrap it up, and Joe's like, "Come on in, man."
just so that we can have a shot of
4 more
a female
hours.
in here.
Woo.
But I want
Put
to
it
thank
into
this
one of
person.
bunch of
She's
dudes
so pretty.
hanging
Thank
out.
you.
Relis has been a fan of yours for a little bit. Like she's one of the mods on my Twitch.
Is
So
she on my
checked out
Facebook
your-
list? Let me add her.
She's with us too. She's been on a lot of our shows, or not on it, but at least
She's a rock star.
Yeah,
She's a rock star super fan.
Well, we love rock stars, so
you don't need a
Let's see if I
draw.
can find her.
I-
Aurelius, You're gonna get a
honestly-
weird ad from a weird guy. Okay.
Oh, you know what, Vic? We need to see that Batman, man. Let's see where you're at
Yeah.
with it.
Batman.
Vic's like, I want to go home. I gotta pee.
Man.
Yeah. Look at this.
Batman
This could
with,
be like this legit should be a cover on a Batman book, dude. Like,
It's so much. Like that needs to just be shot over to them for the movie poster. Like, deal with it. It's almost got like that. You know when Jim Lee does like the drawings of their movies to try to pitch them and make them better. Like this has got the Jim Lee feel to it. Like I love it. Vic.
absolutely, it does.
Yeah, but better because because he's Vic.
It's pretty diesel though.
Just so no one gets confused, Vic's last name is Medina.
Not Mercado, because that's Roy's last name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roy
I
Medina.
know Vic's last name.
When we work on the book together, you could call us Roy Medina. That'll be like our
Yeah, Roy Medina did
Yeah.
that.
Amalgam.
when we're
Just
on
to
the book
say-
together.
Just to say it.
Roy Dina.
Roy
There you
Vic,
go.
Funky Cole Medina.
All right. On that note, let's go ahead and shut this bad boy down. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. Vic, do you want to go ahead and do the honors? And I'll just
I
shut up
sure
now.
will.
But really appreciate it, guys.
He's
Thanks
about
for
to
being
mute
on
you.
it. And
Hey,
Max,
no problem, man.
Max, I dig it, man.
Thanks, everyone.
More.
All right, we'll see you guys.
All right.
Bye,
See ya.
everybody.